put her in that situation,
Yeah,
and
that
that
whole
cost her her
situation
life.
is a mess.
Yeah, and see, yes, the family who's supposed to be grieving
Hmm.
got that settlement for what 12.5 mil or something, or 12 mil.
Right.
Yeah, for and I guess people grieve in a different way. I
Hmm.
mean, the mom went out there. She bought her like an $800,000 house in a
Right.
Bentley, and you still living in the hood.
Make it make sense. Like, what's going on?
I
It
mean,
doesn't make any sense.
if you grieve that much about your daughter, why you just don't make like a Breonna Taylor Foundation or something like that, a
Right.
nonprofit organization?
Right.
You know,
Like,
that's
why?
what they did for Trayvon Martin, and I can tell you that firsthand. Even
Hmm.
though that there was a sacrifice, and I say it again about Breonna Taylor, I think that was a sacrifice too, and Kamala used that shit, used it to put this narrative like, just like what CNN and them were trying to do,
Right.
you know, and George Floyd, and she's the last person to be talking about justice when her whole thing was she was the attorney general and state and DA in California, attorney
Hmm.
general of California and DA over in Oakland. She was locking up weed smokers 1,500 just to meet a quota, but then let all the big criminals, the bankers and all them jokers, of
Yeah.
friends of her pimp Willie Brown, they went away scot free. Rudy
Mhm.
Giuliani didn't lie about that,
Yeah.
you know. And plus, on top of that, I think people done seen that picture I posted with her and Montel and some other chick. So, from what I hear from constituents of mine in the Bay Area in California, in Oakland, that she's got the meanest fellatio game out there. So she's a phony, man. Her whole, like David said, her spirit doesn't sit right with me. Her energy, nothing don't sit right with me with this
She
woman.
got the energy of a succubus.
That's exactly what
Of
she
a
is.
succubus. Yeah. She got that energy.
Yeah, and for the listeners there, you don't know what a succubus is. Just watch the South Park episode with Chef and this lady that he fell in love with. You'll find out everything you need to know about a succubus.
Yeah. She gave me that whole vibration of just like I was telling Faye this. I was like, yo, if they so called caught themselves winning the election or whatever, I said she gonna be telling Joe Biden to shut up in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
She
but
gonna be
see,
telling
but
him
see,
to
they
shut
already trying to
up.
put the fix in too, Willa. They
Mm-hmm.
they already trying to put the fix in.
Yep. That's what Denise was telling me. Like they saying they gonna tell. Well, she gonna be the one running it. I think.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what's gonna happen
Yeah. That's
because
not the first time.
mhm. And see, Q Q warned us about this 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But see, like I said, we in the final stages of Jason season.
We got 1 month left.
Yeah, Red October, baby. So, um, and here's something else that's weird about this whole thing too. There go David. There go Dawu. I'm waiting for Cliff to show up. He's supposed to come.
Yeah, he about to. They got finished talking to him. He about to. Him and
Okay.
Supreme.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah. But Dawu, just like what you were saying about her, like he felt the same way I felt about Kamala. He said, like, man, her spirit, her energy, her frequency, nothing. It just ain't right.
Right.
It's phony. And then the whole setup. What bothered me? They're 12 feet apart, and
Two
you
thick
got
ass
plexiglass.
plexiglass.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Thick ass thing.
Mm-hmm.
and and that makes me more confused. That confirmed my suspicions even more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that confirms my suspicions even more. Um, Particularly like either they were actually there, or that probably could have been done with computer generated imagination. because I
CGI.
see some reflections off that plexiglass that weren't supposed to be there that kind of gave it away. I
Right.
can't explain it, but I'm gonna have to go over the
I saw that too. I didn't know if I was tripping,
yeah.
but of course you got to know what you're looking at in order to catch it.
Yeah, of course.
Me and you, we've talked about this before, and we know what to look for in those type of situations. And when I kept seeing, like at the beginning, it was a certain way that Pence, when he looked over, she was
Right.
looking down, supposed to be writing something in her notebook, and Pence looked over at her, and I don't know, it's just something about the way he was looking.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of weirdness. What's going on there? And
Right.
then here's another thing that bugged me too. You know, they this is how you know that they're running out of gas, they're running out of ideas. They
Oh
try
yeah,
to go ahead and bring back the whole Russia hoax thing.
I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
They try to bring that back. Then
Knowing
they
damn well Trump didn't he release the documents today?
the director of national intelligence, Ratcliffe D, was ordered by Trump to declassify all the documents. They got everything. I mean, he's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
That that Hillary concocted the idea to try to smear Trump when he was a candidate, to
Right.
tie him into Russia, that had them think that, oh, Russia hacked the DNC servers and they helped Trump win. But it was a deflection to keep them from going after her emails,
Right.
you know. And
Mm-hmm.
then on top of that, a lot of other things too. It also shows, like with just to get on that subject, with Brennan, with Comey, and with
Yeah.
Clapper, how they wiretapped his phones at Trump Tower and spied on this campaign. And who was the briefed on it? Susan Rice, HRC, and Barry Sotero.
I saw Susan Rice earlier today on Fox News, Fox Business News. That is, she was talking to one of the reporters from there, and it was something about they were. I think they were talking.
Willa.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Your mic was off.
Damn it, my bad, y'all.
Okay,
Yeah,
what you saying
I
about
had,
Susan Rice?
yeah, I had seen Susan Rice on Fox Business News or whatever. She was the journalist of that show was talking to her, and it was about the documents getting released. And Susan kept trying to flip it and say, "There's nothing. You're looking at the wrong thing. There's nothing really wrong with what was done." And it was like, wait, hold up. You just got found out that y'all were the ones that was colluding with the Russians,
Yep.
and that Clinton, Hillary herself, was the whole one orchestrating the shit from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she was trying to flip that they was even a part of doing this corrupt thing, you know? Like, how far would it? All of them are lying to us. They lying, and they know they lying.
All of them. Every last one of them.
Right, and the chicken is coming home to roost on their ass. The rubber is meeting the road.
The chicken, the roosters, the turkeys, the ducks, and the swans. All of them. The whole damn barnyard coming home to roost.
Everything, bro.
The only thing missing is the chicken hawk and the owl.
Cake is baked.
Oh, they like a pot in the oven. Their asses is baking under that fucking layer. It's getting
See, yeah, but see, ain't no way in. They ain't no way they can get out of it. I'm telling you, they ain't no way they can get out of it. What's going on, Darren? What's Fade? Oh, your cheetah's here finally.
Oh yeah, shout out to everybody. Darren is back with us. Welcome again, sis. What up, Dave? Preem, Yachita. What up, everybody? Angel, be quiet.
Hello.
Peace.
Yeah, so it's a whole lot of things like that, and that's one point she was trying to. Then the regurgitated thing about, oh well, it was mostly out of her coming out of Trump. It's about Trump, and it wasn't about Pence. Talking about saying, well, he refused to condemn white supremacy. Okay, look, let's stop for a moment. Let's stop on those two terms right there. White supremacy. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody here, we are all astute students of Neely Fuller and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, May She Rise in Transition.
Right.
Of the ISIS papers. So,
right.
But let's break down the term of white supremacy. Because white itself is an adjective. Okay?
Right.
That doesn't describe.
And which white is it? That's the thing. Is it which white are we talking about? That's another thing people don't understand the difference. Exactly. Is it, WIGHT, which is the real correct one, or is it the other one that people have been mistakenly using all these years?
Yeah. So just for this, I had to break out the big dog. I had to break out the big dog right here.
The Random House Dictionary.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, just want to say, like that screensaver.
Yeah, I do like it too.
Yeah. Hey yo, I was on while I was watching the debate. I was looking up on DuckDuckGo. I was like, I asked Faye, I was like, what is that? What is his hair color? Is that Silver Fox? What product is Pence using?
I don't know.
That shit is like Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah. Well, let me give you definition white supremacy. White supremacy, the belief, theory, or doctrine that the white race is superior to all other races, especially the so-called black race, and should therefore retain control in all relationships. Right. But the key words, belief and theory and doctrine. Now look at that first one, belief. It's like 3 steps. Belief, faith, and fruition. Belief is what man thinks he knows is truth.
Right.
He thinks.
Not knows, but think.
Okay? And see, it's a theory and a doctrine. So every time when I hear that word white supremacy, like you said, Willa, like which white are we talking about? We talking Hewitt or HWIT or white? Because white doesn't describe a nationality. It doesn't describe a race.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We refer to them, they're Europeans, Albion hybrids, Europeans. Right. Okay? And we know for a fact there ain't a damn thing supreme about them.
Right.
So that'll shut Kamala up on that. And another thing, when she want to mention the Proud Boys, first of all, they ain't the Proud Boys are totally against this. So when Trump said stand down and stand by,
right,
that means he telling them to fall back. Let law enforcement do their job.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, the leader of Proud Boys, the national leader name is Enrique Tarrio, who happens to be a Moreno. He's a Moor. As they want to label Afro-Cuban. And he's from here in Miami. So I don't know where they say he's a white supremacist. So, again, she falling back, parroting off of regurgitated BS and ain't got no merit to stand on herself. Because if last time I checked, she playing the card of doggone self. She got sworn in the Senate as the first so-called Indian American or Hindu. But now with this thing, now she's saying she's the first so-called black. Doing all the same.
Hallelujah.
I noticed she said that tonight, and me and Faye, we was like,
Spit
huh?
that shit, boy. Spit that shit. Tell them.
Yeah.
Y'all better tell them.
Tell us.
Repeat. I don't think they heard you, bro. I don't think they heard you.
Hold
I done
on.
felt the Holy Ghost when he said that shit. Come on.
Let me get it
One
right.
more again.
Yo.
Repeat
Yeah,
that
I
one more
mean-
again, brother. One more again.
What's that? Oh no.
Miss Kamala being something else, and then she's a transformer.
Oh yeah,
Basically.
yeah. When she got sworn into the Senate, she sworn in as the first so-called Indian American.
Mhm.
Now check it out. Now this ain't India, and we're not Indian Joe. When I
Right.
mean India, I'm talking the corporation in Southeast Asia called India, which original name is Hindustan. But then when she decided to go ahead and got picked as the running mate to Sleepy Creepy G.I. Joe Hayden, now all of a sudden she's so-called black, doing the same thing Hillary did in 2016, chilling in a soul food restaurant.
Talking about you got hot sauce in her. What you keep in your purse?
Hot sauce in your purse, pouring it on collard greens.
Kissing black babies.
Type of,
Like,
type of shit is this?
you know, oh yeah, and this is her birth certificate. This is what I got flagged on Facebook for due to an ex-classmate of mine.
Haters.
No, the same one, which shows her hospital. Now look at the way arrows where it say her mother labeled her as Caucasian.
Right.
Now look at 13. Look at 13 where it say color or race of father, Jamaican. I say color. Jamaican is his nationality.
Right.
And you notice that she
Come on, somebody.
Her father.
Say it
Come on,
again.
somebody.
What'd you say? Oh,
She never acknowledges her father. The only
Thank
time
At all.
thank you. Always her mama.
Drop that horn.
Always her mother.
And the only time she did acknowledge that her quote unquote Jamaican side is on the Breakfast Club in relation to a stereotype.
Right.
And Charlemagne Leonard McKelvey
Leonard
asked her, did she smoke weed? And then she said, yeah, of course I did. I'm half Jamaican. So that means you brought it to a stereotype saying that. And shout out to all the Maroons over there in Moorestown, over in Jamaica, to my brothers and sisters over there, the Maroons, Moorestown. Read it correctly, because they know who they are.
Tell
they
them.
don't even like to be called Jamaican over there.
The Maroon.
So what kind of Jamaican is this dude?
Is it Portuguese like Sean Paul, or are we talking like? Well, never mind.
Probably is. You know,
Sean Paul type Portuguese Jamaican.
maybe, or maybe you know, for Jamaican it was called ex-Jamaican. You know, with the X at the beginning, Supreme. But yeah, you bringing up a good valid point though. But like I say, Kamala Harris, she's like a chameleon, man. And like I say, we in the birthday period of Libra. She's a Libra, you know, and I love my Libras.
Shout out to our Libras.
That includes you, Dawu.
Shout out to our Libras, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
That includes you, David.
But she on that negative tip. She flip-flopping. And you know, like, and Yachida said it best. She got to where she at because she basically slept her way to the top.
I put my hand up on your hip when I did. You did.
Well, Uncle Luke and Two Live Crew didn't need no help in that department.
Yo. soon as you posted that picture, that's exactly what popped up in my mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
what type of pimps a
But
hockey ball is this?
but
With
but, but
Montel.
again, you see how that whole scenario played with that. It's the
Mhm.
same. This the playbook what they going for right now. I told everybody keep a close eye when these come to these debates. This is the playbook they going with. The deep state, the Democratic Party, and some GOP. That this is all they trying to do. They know they got what a few weeks to go before November 3rd, 28 days.
Yep.
Yeah, the hunt is on. Red October.
Red October. How many days we got? We got T minus what?
Yeah, and we counting down to the 17th.
Woo!
So
We getting
I'm telling
ready.
you, it's getting ready to be on. So people, everybody, buckle your seatbelts, grab your popcorn, and then there's some other news. Dawood, Preem, Faye, Willard, and Cliff, y'all need to know something about. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but
Cheers, Cliff.
this is coming from Powell. They say the Fed is going to stop printing money, stop printing the fiat.
Bro, you almost made me spit all over my damn computer just now.
Yeah.
What? So they really going through with it.
Oh yeah.
Jasara Nassar is happening.
Yeah, this is what Trump has been setting up. He's building the foundation and is getting strong. So we can be prepared for this transition.
Get
So,
your money
digital
out these banks.
currency.
Not just digital currency, Supreme, but the new currency. I'm gonna send a picture, y'all, so everybody can see it. That is gonna be backed by gold and
Backed
silver.
by gold. Okay, cool.
So
In the meantime, between time, get your money out these banks.
get your money out these banks. Yes, get your money out these banks. If you got to go ahead and go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Office Depot, buy you a safe. You know.
Get you a safe, or this is another alternative for y'all that get direct deposit. Put it in a credit union.
Bingo.
Oh yeah. Mine
Put it in the credit union.
If y'all y'all can't afford the safe, go to a credit union.
Or
Yep.
or how about this, Shatita? What about these prepaid debit cards that you can buy at Walgreens and Target and Walmart and stuff?
Yeah, but going with the Q narrative, if we're gonna go through 10 days of
10 days of darkness, yeah.
darkness, you want to have cash on hand.
Facts.
Oh, I know.
You also want to learn how to do private banking also.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, that's another bill, Supreme.
Yep. Also, I don't know if how it is for y'all everywhere else, but in Arkansas we got Energy as our light company, whatever. And so we received a phone call from a robocall today talking about our light bill. And then I said, let me call the light company and see what's happening. And I told the lady what the robot thing was saying on there, talking about we were past due or something. And she said, no, we wouldn't be sending, we don't call people to talk about disconnection notices or anything like that. We send everything in the mail. So yeah, that's just be careful out here, y'all, with these with your bills, with your finances. Be very, very careful, because like he's saying, this 10 days of darkness that's coming, freaks come out at night, freaks come out in the dark. So what we allude to is just take as much precaution as you can and be safe out here financially.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also too, try to stack up on your perishables, canned goods,
And definitely.
things like that.
Y'all
Because
supposed to already have that.
Yeah.
I mean, we already having that though right now. When I say 10 days of darkness, what it is you gonna see they gonna you're gonna get it emergency broadcast system thing gonna flash on your phone, probably flash on your smart TV, your PCs or whatever.
This is why Trump did that text that time.
Yeah,
Right.
like, perfect example.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if anybody get you ever remember that? I forgot what day it was on the other day. You couldn't get a signal for about like 20 or 30 minutes on your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That happened to me today. Instagram wouldn't load or do anything.
Instagram wouldn't log on, or a whole lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, so because see right now, okay, I got it. Well, anyway, hold on a second.
I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
You know what?
That's silver.
I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
Okay, well, I just DM'd it to you. You can go ahead and
All
throw
right.
it.
Let me get that going. Apologize for all this up here, folks. I really be about this research life. I live this life, so y'all might think that I got too many tabs open, but it's all good.
Oh, and another thing, listeners, to all listeners, be careful about not when you post a hashtag. Please do not post nothing that has QAnon on it, because these idiotic social media platforms, Hatebook, Scroogle, You Fools, and Twitter, they gonna go ahead and try to block you for 30 days or whatever, because the Senate and the House, they had a vote. They labeled QAnon as being something of a quote unquote, I don't want to say the T word, but that's what it close to came down to. But they got quiet about Antifa. So here's what we're looking at right here, Pop Squad and everybody. This is what the currency gonna look like, and it's gonna be backed by gold and silver.
Look who's on that dub.
Yep.
God damn it. Yo, it's true. Oh my God. They really are going through with it. I thought these were fakes when I first saw it.
No, that's the real deal.
So hold on. Who's on that 10? That look like Andrew Jackson.
Actually, that's Alexander Hamilton.
That's Hamilton. So Jackson got knocked out.
That Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah. Remember, Jackson got out of there. He was on the dub. Now they replaced it with JFK. Interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He
consider
brought the silver standard back, and they killed him when he and took it out of circulation in '63, right after he was killed.
That's right.
Say again, Supreme.
Kennedy had the silver standard in place, and right before he got killed, and after he got killed, they took it out of circulation.
Exactly.
Bingo. That's why we got them $50 still in circulation now, or something.
We got the $1 coin still in circulation. That's why you yeah, exactly.
Shout out to you, Grandpa.
I don't say the quarter, but but ladies and gentlemen, this is the new currency. This is what we transitioning into. Now y'all see all the time why I told everybody go to appmex.com and try to rack you up some silver bars, silver coins, either 1 ounce, 5 ounce, whatever. I was doing it when it was like 18, 19. Now it's like about, if I'm not mistaken, like 30. I'll type it in the chat, appmex.com.
Oh yeah.
And that's based in Oklahoma, in the Oklahoma Republic. Yeah. So that's what the current new currency is going to look like. This is because you know what? Because Trump has already gone ahead. He's taken out the central bank, and he's going to make and see other world leaders are already going to follow suit because all of them bowed down to Trump and MAGA big time.
Where is Jeffrey Howard?
Who?
I wonder. Oh, the supposed new king of England.
He hasn't revealed himself yet. Right now, I think a lot of us are waiting on the 17th.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, this tea is good.
Any new king that reveals himself that is not a more is another fraud like the Queen of England.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see like where they at because
Yeah.
we ain't seen her since what? Since this whole outbreak happened.
Well, you're not going to see her again, you know. Remember, she probably is over there at Gitmo. So
Thanks to Andrew, oh dumbass, getting them into trouble. How stupid do you gotta be? You
I think I rubbed off on you a little too much there, sis. You going in.
yes, you did. Yeah, you definitely did.
You gotta be.
Yeah, but okay. Willa, click on the part where it says silver.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. Now go where it say bars by weight.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, I've been hanging around you two too much lately.
Yeah. And you can see you got people. You got all different types. I mostly focused on the 1 ounce silver bars, but you can see they go all the way up to 1/4 kilo or 5 ounce, 10 ounce, even 25 ounce. Okay, that's something new right there.
They got 1 ounce, 2 ounce. What's good with this stimulus check money?
Look, everybody know Pelosi's holding that up. She's trying to politicize it. Her and Mnuchin have already they resumed talks, but Trump said we're gonna end that talk until after the election, after I win, according to his tweets. And you know when he said I win, so that's why I know for a fact. Look, Trump already won this shit.
It's a wrap.
He's already beat. That was the war against the invisible enemy. He's already beaten the deep state. Now
Why do you think? Not to interrupt you, brother.
Yeah.
Why do you think they asked that question in the debate tonight?
Yeah, talking
Will
about
he concede if he gets beat?
Right. What type of shit is that?
Yeah, because they know they already lost. They already lost. They ain't got no gas in the car no more. They ran out of gas.
That's crazy.
I was just telling Faye earlier before we officially started about how I think the reason we've been seeing all of these so-called Black Lives Matter killings and shootings and shit, I can show y'all better than I can tell y'all, demonstrate it for y'all. But I was looking at this map. I thought about it as I was watching the debate. I said, doesn't each state have a certain amount of votes when it comes time for the election night that they have to count across the country? And it's called electoral votes, right? So I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute, where are all these people that have been killed? Where have they been getting killed at? In what states? Are they red state or are they blue state? You know what I'm saying? So I went and checked. So I was like, where was George Floyd's state? That's what, Minnesota, which is right here, right? So I said to myself, wait a minute. it seems like every time that there's a Black Lives Matter riot or a protest rally, it's always in these states that hold the certain electoral numbers that they need to win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
So what if they've been doing these killings in these type of states, and if it's a red state, they trying to do these killings to get the state to flip from red to blue?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
All right.
Now, get a more updated one. Breonna Taylor, Louisville, Kentucky. I want to see something about Louisville, Kentucky. They call Kentucky the Commonwealth of the bluegrass state.
Right.
I want to see in this political arena if it's a blue or red state. I'm curious about that.
Okay. 2020. Let's see. I guess this. What the hell? What is this?
Nah,
Now this don't look right.
that's not the right one.
That don't look right at all.
That's like somebody just threw that shit up there.
Yeah, a liberal. Let's see. Like this one.
Okay, try this one right here. The one where it say future.wikia.com. That's the more updated one.
Okay.
That one.
Gotcha. Right here. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's how currently how it looks now for 2020. But here's the thing, like, okay, Kentucky is a red state, so they got to have eight delegate votes there.
Right.
But I said this before, Cliff, and I'm gonna say it again. Nikita, I'm gonna say it again.
Okay.
I got a funny feeling California gonna turn red this year.
Really?
You think so? You think they got a chance? Let me see. Damn it. Oh, this one.
I don't know why, but it's just
You gut feeling?
yeah, it's that feeling, man. I just feel it
Feel it in your bones.
Turtle Island.
Ooh, where you get this spraying? Ooh.
Now, look, that map, that is what they are getting ready for.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you just look at the movie 2012 and the movie The Rock was in, I don't remember the name of it.
San Andreas.
That
San Andreas.
San Andreas, and then it's a movie with Dennis Quaid, The Day After Tomorrow.
The Day After Tomorrow.
All those movies was giving you the signs of what was yet to come. 99 with the Dennis Quaid movie, Day After Tomorrow, that shit came out.
Right.
Okay. And you get the 2012 movie, Bing. Right after that, the San Andreas movie. So they done told you 3 different times in the span of, 10, 11 years, what's getting ready to happen. Now, the depopulation program and shit, and the New World Order out of chaos, and then there's signs in the stars and the moon and the sun. This is what all of this shit is reflecting. Right. This is the end. Trump is gonna be the last president, regardless if you motherfuckers know it or don't know it. This is it. This shit for how they ran this universe, this earth into the ground. It's over.
Might be
the 2012 Mayan calendar prediction was for 2020. So they're giving you all these distractions, all this bullshit, while they hunkering down on what's getting ready to come. They're gonna leave us out in the open for the chaos, the killing. You feel me?
Right. Leave
then
us.
they gonna rise up out of the ashes. So they think this is they plan. I'm just telling you the plan. And that's how they feel like they're gonna be able to run the Georgia Guidestone play. But before this, they want to take as many people as they can for us with this vaccine. Cause that shit gonna change your ass. You take that shit gonna change. I'm
I've been
telling you this. People from the who took the AstraZeneca trial say they can't feel fucking God no more. I didn't say this. I'm not making this shit up. It's in the report.
Pause 1 second, Supreme.
They can't feel
I
what?
think you
They
need to
can't feel
repeat
God.
what you just said.
All right, look. All right, so this is the play. This is the play they're running. People talking about the 10 days of darkness and all this shit. All right, this is what I feel from just my analysis of all of this shit from years, not just this past 10. I'm talking about all this shit before 9/11.
Right.
This one, all this shit changed. Okay, this shit changed with the 9/11 attacks. The world has your world, my world that we living in has not been the same since that shit.
Yes.
Okay, so fast forward up until now. They are getting ready for this fucking image that you're looking at on your screen. For is the San Andreas fault line going, the New Madrid fault line going. They preparing for this shit. The Georgia Guidestones to reduce the population down to 500 million, so it's you're easier to control population in that way. Then they issue the COVID, which is the passports, the COVID passports, certificate of vaccination ID. This shit finna get real. That shit gonna change you though, if you take the vaccination. So once the catastrophe happen, they going to hide. They gonna leave us in the streets. You know what I'm saying? To for war, basically.
Right.
To kill each other off. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to a point to where, like the Bible was referencing, motherfuckers gonna be eating their kids. And that's why people been telling people to prepare, get your foods and your non-perishables and shit. And once that crack off after motherfuckers done slaughtered each other, they gonna come out of the ashes. Like the Phoenix. This is just history repeating itself.
Right.
This is how they came into power.
Every 2,000 years, this happens.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm just telling people to like look at this shit from a spiritual point of view and not just the physical shit. Stop listening to these motherfuckers on TV. That's a distraction. Get in tune with the physical, with the spiritual.
Right.
Get in tune, you know what I'm saying, with the earth. You know what I'm saying? And the earth gonna guide you. Mother Nature gonna guide you. The universe gonna guide you. Cause we finna get ready to go into some shit. Some rough times, man. It's finna get ugly. But when we come up out of this shit, we gonna be rewarded. Like in the Bible say, you gonna receive your crown. And this just not from text in the Bible. This goes back to ancient texts that we wrote previous to that. So when they talk about the Mayan calendar and all this shit, that's now. 2012 is 2020. Just look at it and then think about everything up until before 9/11 till now. You can see it. If you're a spiritual person, or you have read the Bible, or you done read the Quran, or you done read the lessons of Ma'at, or any other old ancient text, You can see the playbook being ran right now. It's history repeating itself. The Matrix is coming down. This shit is over. Ove. This shit is over. Dig? So what we need to be doing is getting spiritually connected back to, you know, the earth, the universe, you know what I'm saying, and each other for us a nation of people. Because this shit is done. And if you thinking with that reptilian brain, like these fucking PCs, then you're not gonna upgrade to the fifth dimension, because that's where we going.
That's exactly.
You're gonna fucking die with the PCs and the artificial race. I'm not being, you know, racist or nothing. It's some factual shit.
No,
We are the gods. We are the lords. So pay attention to the signs. Put all this shit together, and then you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it clear. But that picture I just showed that's what's finna get ready to happen. They already got mechanisms and shit up for when it does. And we gonna be on the back end, on the ass end, you know what I'm saying, listening to this bullshit that they telling us. One day you just gonna get that red motherfucking screen that say this is an emergency alert.
right.
It won't be no motherfucker there to tell you this, that, and the other. You know why? Because they gonna be gone. This shit is a game. But if you don't know the game, you can't play this shit, and you most definitely gonna lose.
Right.
So that's my 2 cents. I yield the floor. That's all I wanted to say about this shit.
All right.
You're right, man. Absolutely.
Cheetah, you got the flow today, brother.
I'm gonna yield back to you, my big brother.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for a minute.
All right, cool. No problem.
Gather my thoughts.
Okay, cool. No problem. Okay. Before I do, I'm gonna that. Dawu, you want anything you want to bring to the flow, brother?
Quick roll call.
Oh, okay. Okay, then
You're
okay.
muted, brother.
My bad.
All right,
No,
good.
I was just saying they gonna bring that signal through the phone. You know,
Oh.
just like in the movie. They in the Kingsman, they brought a signal that made people go crazy and start fighting and killing each other.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, you know, they're chaotic. They're chaos, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I yield. I'm listening. I'll chime in if I have anything. So.
All right, no problem. Cool. Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to the 15th. That's going to be the second presidential debate. The second one's always better than the first. It's even better. It's going to happen right here in Miami.
Yeah.
All right. Land of flowers it is, baby.
Ooh, right here in the land of flowers, in the original Magic City.
So what you all think about Trump coming back from Walter Reed?
Okay. I got the inside track on that.
Let's go.
People, and this got a lot to do with Red October.
Inform us, bro. Let us know.
So listen very, very carefully. Remember a few months ago, Ben Carson had said a long time ago, the HUD secretary, said that there are 2 Trumps.
Dick Gregory too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's Donald Trump's birthday sign?
Gemini.
Gemini.
Genesis mind.
Okay, now when we seen President Trump exiting Walter Reed Hospital via Suburban, with the Black Lives Matter sticker on the side of it, right on the outside of it, people ain't talking about that. Giving a thumbs up. Okay, and then they went aboard Marine One. I'm no magician, but I'm a magician in my own right, but I know sleight of hand when I see one. That was the biggest switcheroo ever.
Walking past those big column podiums when he was going up the stairs.
Yeah, no. Before the stairs, before Marine One even landed there. Okay. Who we saw there was not President Trump. That was no, better. That was his brother. Robert Trump.
Robert, yeah. I'm sorry. The one that say he died?
The
one that died.
They didn't have a funeral for him, did they? They never did.
Yeah, they did have a funeral for him.
They did? Okay.
Not double.
Yeah. Now see, POTUS happens to be aboard AF1, labeled Trust 17.
Yes.
Okay.
Copy.
Labeled Trust 17.
Roger that.
Okay.
So it's another thing. So because the reason why it was that he had to go to Walter Reed Military Medical Center, because not just anybody can get up in that hospital. Okay. Now you look at the picture right here. Shout out to War News. Well, not that one. I'm gonna get the Kelly McElhenney shortly. That one there.
All right.
Okay. You see all that right there, the cabinets and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now I seen the video of this. I'm assuming that either that POTUS might be on a ship,
on a plane,
or on a plane.
Because them cabinets was moving unnaturally.
Look right underneath that picture.
Look at right there. Oh yeah.
He's trying to act like he looking at Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but it brilliantly executed chess move, like I said. Because right now, the deep state major players, they don't know what the hell to do right now. Because at that time, shout out to Dan Bongino, that's when he ordered Ratcliffe to release the declassified the Spygate documents. But they have to give the illusion that he was still at the hospital. Just like when James Comey had to testify before the Senate and want to give the illusion thinking that he's at home due to lockdown or COVID and all that. You know where James Comey at? You know where Big Mike is at? You know where all of them is at?
Get more, baby.
That's right. Tom Hanks, all of them. Kim Kardashian, all of them.
Hold on, they got Tom Hanks? I thought Tom Hanks was in Greece or Sweden.
Tom Hanks.
Kim Kardashian. I thought she was friend or
something.
I thought
he was the Bravo Rita.
Nah. Personally, I think Tom Hanks has already been executed. I'm just saying. Don't take my word for it. I know for fact. Yeah.
Speaking of executed, let's talk about Mr. Pence. Who was that tonight?
That was the clone.
That clone was too goddamn common to like, I'll tell you that.
Did y'all see that fly on his head, man?
All you had to do was look in the eyes. Look in the eyes. That wasn't because that a normal human wouldn't act like that. You can look at a picture from Pence in 2017 to the Pence that you see now, to the clone that you see now. Pence was executed in July 4th, 2019. Because he raped and murdered little girls.
Whoa.
That nigga is Beelzebub, the king of flies.
Plus, on top of that, him along with former Speaker Paul Ryan were attempting to do a coup to try to overthrow Trump, but Trump was 2 steps ahead of them.
Yeah, I forgot Paul Ryan quit being Speaker of the House. He took.
Well, you don't see Paul Ryan around anymore, right?
Yeah.
Out of them. Just like Low Energy Jeb, out of them.
I always thought that was kind of strange. It was like, wait a minute, you got like what, the third most in charge position in the country as the Speaker of the House.
Well, you ain't got to. Nobody has to worry about Eddie Monster, aka the CrossFit Vampire, anymore.
You with these damn nicknames, bro.
What a man do look like Eddie Monster. I'm sorry. You ever watch the Monsters? He does look like him.
He does. He does.
And speaking of house arrest, Stephen Colbert is under house arrest too.
Oh, good. I'm so sick of that dude.
Do we have an updated list?
Yeah, let's see if we can get that.
I think I sent it to y'all.
Because the list I have the latest one that came out.
You probably got a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this stuff we're seeing actually be like pre-recorded.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the 10 days gonna be about, because they're gonna televise all those testimonies. They'll take confessions, including the one by George H.W. Bush that basically got that damn ball rolling.
Oh, you got the updated list? I was gonna make you the host while I try to find one, or either you cheater, one of y'all, while I try to find it.
Go ahead, sis. You can find it. Just don't share your screen.
I'll take over while I try to find one of these damn things. Let's see.
She does that.
Update. What is it? QA9 list, or what do I put? Updated? No. Execution. Never mind. Updated. Gitmo.
Someone explain this to me.
What's that, bro?
Look at his neck.
Oh yeah. I was trying to figure that out. That looked like somebody got on. Yeah, 2 shades of pale.
Yeah.
That's that mask.
What type of Flintstone, Barney, and Betty Rubble shit is this?
Shout out to brother Emrek.
It's Queen Amina.
Yeah, she go in, boy, with the Q.
Yeah.
But I had to take that off their build. I think they did Tuesday.
Okay. Willa, I just DM'd it to you. Throw it up.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. Report.
Go ahead.
These some good pictures, Supreme, by the way.
Thank you.
Here it is. Okay. Got it again. All right. Yeah, Stephen Colbert. That motherfucker been getting on my nerves for the longest.
Along with Wanda Sykes.
Man. Tribunal crimes against humanity. Man.
Yep.
Ooh, is that just one? Or okay, it's just one. Oh wait. Never mind. My bad. Yeah, you ain't seen Steve Harvey in a minute. Last thing that we heard about Steve Harvey was what they was canceling his TV show, his talk show.
That's why.
Yo.
And also Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett served on Obama's administration. She is Obama's handler.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a pedo as well. Sick woman.
In all of them.
Also, these two.
Birds of a feather flock together. Jack Dorsey. Yo, Twitter, okay. Speaking of Jeff Bezos, yo, they building the Amazon warehouse right here off the highway.
Yeah.
Where I live. Amazon Prime or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those the ones that I currently have. Another one I did saw. I think the whole entire Kardashians. I think they're under house arrest too.
That would explain why they're talking about this gonna be their last season of the show.
And it also explains too why Kanye is over in Haiti.
Hey.
Oh shit.
He going over there to get that treatment.
He getting that treatment. He coming back home. Kanye's coming back home.
Yeah, one of my sources that's close to that situation, he's dealing with some very, very powerful spell breakers. Because what has to happen is they have to basically not only take what's on him off of him, they have to recharge him.
Yep. And who can do it better than our Haitian brothers and sisters? Woohoo! Ah.
So yeah, definitely. And the person he's going to do that is very, very powerful.
Yes. And what they always say about Haitians, you don't fuck with Haitians. Ain't that
Don't
right?
do it. Don't do it.
I'm just bigging it up. Like, yo.
Don't do it.
Coming on.
Don't fuck with Haitians.
Yep, don't do it.
Man, don't fuck with our people, period.
Yeah.
Don't do it. That's not a good look. It ain't gonna work out for you people. So. Oh yeah. Is this guy? What y'all think about this guy? Is this who they saying?
Vincent Fusca.
Mm-hmm.
The last name Fusca, which means bringer of light.
Oh, so he a Lucifer.
Well, actually, he brings light to darkness.
He's a Lucifer.
The light bringer, as they call it in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, remember, there's one on the left-hand path and one on the right-hand path.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a better picture than that one. Oh, I know what I needed to show y'all. I think I've already showed. Who was it I showed? Yeah, I showed this to you already last night.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, I need you to see this. I think Dave and yeah, the only ones that seen it. So I want to get your opinion on this. See what you think or what you know. You can tell us real quick. Right, here we go. First of all, can everybody see?
Yeah, we can see it.
I need to blow it up a little bit.
No, just leave it right there.
Oh, okay. We'll go back.
That's even better.
Even better.
Leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Okay, cool.
Turn down that music film.
Yeah, turn down the music.
There we go. It's about that Ukraine shooting when Obama was in office.
Go to Gitmo.
Mm-hmm. So he ordered to kill 100 people in Ukraine.
Oh, so we can't even mention this dude's name.
No.
That's why I didn't say his name. I ain't want to take no chance.
I'll post him up. I'll post him up tomorrow.
All right. Just like you said, visualize him on trial on live television.
You all remember how they did Saddam Hussein?
What's that?
Mhm.
You mean Gaddafi?
How they did a public trial or whatever.
Mhm.
He was talking about sovereignty and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How they came and invaded his the sovereign nation or whatever. But
Yeah.
how they got rid of him, I think probably like December 30th.
Yeah, claiming he was a terrorist with massive weapons or something.
Yeah, weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
They got rid of him. So everybody brought in, I don't forgot what year it was, but brought in that year without him, not nobody thinking about him anymore. But that same thing that they did to him is now like coming back on a lot of other people.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Hold on. Y'all need to hear this part.
Гостиница Украина.
Had the snipers. It's kind of like what you were saying, Supreme, about Darren Sears, how he got killed.
That window, facing directly to us. Okay, get the fuck out of here. That is coming straight out of that window. Up there, okay, yeah. Okay, that window. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth row from the left. Second from the top, one that was open.
Out here killing people in the street like it's Call of Duty. Online.
I'm done with you, sis. You said online.
I'm saying, it's true. I miss my Xbox. I really do.
Read a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins. He
Yes.
talks about this shit for what we just seen.
Silent weapons for silent wars.
That too. That one too. Yes. What's the name of it again, Supreme?
Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins.
Okay. John Perkins.
That's a deep ass book. He talk about how the United States go into other countries with trash bags full of Federal Reserve notes and overthrowing countries and shit.
Yeah.
If they don't comply, take the money, they just kill their ass. That's exactly what they did to Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah.
He
And
was getting ready to unite all the African countries together and put the currency together, backed by gold. And the only way that the United States or the other Western countries would be able to get the oil from out of Libya was they had to pay their men in gold. They said, "Fuck that, we're getting rid of you." They created ISIS. They went and funded the terrorists that became ISIS, that killed
Right.
Muammar Gaddafi. They
Right.
also sent people to his country that wasn't from his country to like start like riots. The same shit they doing here with the Black Lives Matter and Antifa.
Yeah.
They did that in Iran with the protests. They did that in fucking Libya with Muammar Gaddafi. And I know this because it was people that stirred. The people in Libya, they was getting fucking they oil was nationalized, so everybody got a check, and so it was people that saying that they didn't wasn't getting money, and they was caught on camera, exposed. You know, he was out there with the people. Muammar Gaddafi, he was, you know what I'm saying, fucking with the people in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
was a people's president. So when they did an interview with this woman saying that she didn't have no money, he exposed her saying, you know, you not from here. Where's your husband? What does he do? He say, don't you get a check from the nationalized oil? And
Mm.
that fucking exposed the, you know what I'm saying, the coup that was going on. So he did what he had to do.
Ain't they making a movie about that exact instance? There's a woman, her husband got kidnapped over there in the Middle East, and she came all the way from America just to track him down and find
I'm not sure.
him.
Well, to go back and give another example, Haiti, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Under John Bertrand, democratically elected U.S. backed John Bertrand Aristide.
Mm-hmm.
When Aristide asked for the money, the slave tax money back from France, right? Because when Haiti won their independence and their freedom, France imposed a slave tax,
Yeah.
and the number of was somewhere up in the billions. That's why Haiti is economically poor right now.
Right.
That's one of the ways that they destabilize governments is through the economics.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And also, if you remember going back, there was a group called the Chimerin, which the United States backed to run Aristide out of Haiti into the motherland, Africa.
What's their name again?
The Chimerin.
How you spell that? S. Wait.
Don't have me spell some shit. I don't know how to spell right now, sister. I'm on my own.
Okay.
You know what? I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Allow me to look it up.
I was just asking because I wanted to look it up. That's all. But go ahead. Continue. Continue.
Yeah, that's to compliment what Brother Supreme was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. They use a de facto rule kind of ragtag group of individuals to go ahead and destabilize the country.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of the tactics.
And they'll use the media for its propaganda with mock killings and shit, fake
Mm-hmm.
killings, fake motherfuckers showing up at the same massacres. I mean, it's just this shit crazy. It's not against the law to use propaganda on American citizens. That's a fact. Look this shit up.
True. True.
That's how you spell it, sis. And I'm gonna give you an article.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, that's how they always want to do shit. And that's why the CIA is so connected to each news station.
Hollywood too. This is how
Yeah.
they keep control. They use fear.
Because you ever notice that anytime something happens on the news, like a war-torn country has a disaster, and then like 2 years later, Hollywood is making a movie about it.
Mhm.
A lot of this stuff that we see, for like so-called wars and all this other stuff, could be right in the studio. You know, a lot of this stuff be right in the studio.
It's 12 o'clock.
Making people think that it's actually happening, but it's really not. You know, I think they did a lot of that stuff with the Iraq War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first Gulf War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying they used people from Britain, from the United Kingdom's production studio, making
CNN. I don't mean to cut you off, but CNN was caught fucking faking ground footage of the 1991 Gulf War. I don't know if it's still available on YouTube, but if you look it up, it should still be there.
Yeah,
Yep.
They had a woman kind of running, like looking around.
Mm-hmm.
A regular, then she'll run or whatever. Then they'll add certain stuff, elements, and all this other stuff to the background and sirens and sounds.
Right.
Same thing, different context, but same kind of situation with the Mexico. What was going on in Mexico with all those shit?
Yeah. El Chapo running after him.
What the dead giveaway for me is that if you walked 20 some odd miles, 20 plus miles on your feet,
mm-hmm.
you're supposed to be a lot more dustier than that.
Thank you.
Number two,
all them kids.
All them kids have backpacks and Disney shirts on.
Dora the Explorer every day.
Oh, you talking about the caravan?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Or as Stephen Colbert likes to call it, the caravan.
Another example of that was on the morning of 9/11. The mainstream media showed a bunch of Iraq people dancing in the street and shit. All right, I had seen the whole footage of that before they broadcasted this shit. They was handing out food and cookies to the people.
Right.
So this is just another, tactic of basically what I was saying, how they go into these they manipulate the masses to do the evil shit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another reason why they can't stand. They hate Trump, because Trump is basically
calling their ass out,
pulling all their cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the picture I'm about to send y'all, I think that will sum it up in one way. Hold on a second.
What's the like Trump is the strongest book in the book of cards,
Right, the Trump card.
That's exactly what it is.
Or should I go by his original last name, Trump?
I just really love Trump's energy. Out of all the presidents, Trump is the boldest motherfucker that I've ever learned about.
He's an entertainer. It's entertainment to me. So
yeah,
they all actors. This shit is modern day fucking Rome, y'all. Yep. This is Rome.
He learned how to do all this from this man.
They are pretending. They're pretending to be a fucking government, and we believe this shit.
Thank you.
Hello.
Absolutely.
Wilhelmina, drop the horn.
Okay, Willa, just put the picture up. I just sent it to you.
All right.
This is what Trump is dealing with. That's what he's dealing with.
Yep.
This is what Kennedy talked about in '61, I believe, at the press corps, when he talked about the cabals, the monolithic groups and shit, secret societies, and having a free and open press. That shit died with Kennedy. All of it. That shit died with him.
Yeah. And here's a twist to that too, Supreme. You might as well add Jackie O to that too, because she was under MK Ultra. So she probably had a hand in that as well. Much as I hate to say that, but I looked at that assassin, I'm like,
I can believe it.
Girl, you ain't gotta hate to say it, because they even talked about it in The Crown when they had that episode of the Kennedys, and they showed how her and JFK had their own personal doctor feeding them a cocktail up in.
yeah. But in this case, people, this is what the same thing what Trump is facing now, but on a more grander scale though. But like I said, the man is as strong as an American bison. So I mean, look at this shit. The GOP elites, the globalist elites, CNN, CBS, Washington Post, CNBC, the DNC, NBC, Politico, Univision, MSNBC, New York Times, ABC, Boston Globe, the Clinton machine, the entertainment industry,
WHO, NIH, Dr. Fauci, punk ass.
Oh yeah, fuck boy Fauci. Yeah, he's on the House arrest.
Did y'all hear what she said tonight?
What's
about
that?
Taking the vaccine?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what she say? Run it to me. Run it down.
She said if Trump tell her to take the vaccine, she won't take it. But she said if Dr. Fauci tell her to take it, she'll be the first person in line to take it.
Didn't I tell y'all
how stupid that fucking sounds?
Right.
People stop listening. Stop listening to these fucking clowns, man.
Yo, y'all remember I told y'all about my aunt, and I told her, I said, like, yo, the doctors then came and they said that it's the cure for this corona COVID stuff. And I said, didn't you see the news? He said, don't you take that mess, Willa. I said, Auntie, look here. That medicine, Trump, the president been taking it. These doctors done said it's good to take, and that they've been feeding it to their malaria patients for years. It ain't nothing to be afraid of. Don't you take that mess. I said, yo, all right, if Hillary was in office, if she would have won this presidency and this still would have happened, you mean to tell me that if this medicine was out, you wouldn't take it if she was president? That ain't got nothing to, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I said, yes, it do. It got everything to do with it.
Listen, this is the thing. Before all this came down back in March, Donald Trump had went and visited Robert Kennedy Jr. Okay, went to his house, and he told Robert Kennedy Jr. to put an anti-vaccine committee together to go ahead to combat that deadly transhumanism transformer, I would call it, because it's going to transform your DNA if you take it, from that psychopath Bill Gates and the son of Mother Teresa, fuckboy Fauci, who basically is the biggest child sex trafficker ever of the 20th century. So trust me, even Robert Kennedy Jr. even told people flat out that Fauci is a fraud. I never liked this clown anyway.
Yeah,
this man done left so many dead bodies in his wake. He's got some serious blood on his hands.
You know when they was doing the save, feed, Africa and all that stuff back in the 80s.
Right.
They telling that's what they were going on there doing, but ain't no telling what they were doing really.
They was giving them people AIDS.
Yeah.
Y'all hear about what's his name? John Legend's Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
Supposedly losing the baby.
Yep.
Third child, whatever.
Well, why was John Legend crossing his arms and shit in a Masonic pose?
Mm-hmm.
Bring that picture up, sis.
Gotcha.
Can you say Moloch?
Sacrifice.
I posted on my page.
Oh, my bad. I can find it on your page. My bad.
Yeah, you remember how she was talking about something about babies and all that stuff? You know, one that some of the tweets that she was saying, and it's like now the stuff coming to fruition. So I ain't no telling what they did to the little baby or whatever, you know.
Yes. Go up.
My bad. Which one is okay?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Shabbat people. That's Moloch.
Sacrificing of the children, giving it to the God.
Mm-hmm.
So the bull.
Mm-hmm. The bull goes back to Sir Nunos.
Yep.
If you want to go to the Celtic gods, that's Kaloum. In ancient Egypt, that's called the great builder, the fashioner of man. Kaloum.
Yep.
That is your false god.
So yo, remember that movie that Apocalypto?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson tried to make that movie about what the Mayans and the Aztecs, which was
Mel Gibson was trying to tell you.
Two different civilizations at different times. But his dumbass made the movie. But yo, he tried to make it seem like they was crazy people for sacrificing their kids. Well, when you look at it, look at what they doing right here.
Yep.
Remember, sis, these are different sects and cults that had to go into hiding.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the same thing with these children. I asked Hillary Clinton about the red shoe.
The red you say shoe?
Willie, you don't know about the red shoe?
Yep. You there?
I'm there.
It's an echo from you.
You were supposed to go look up the John Legend.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. John Legend
and Chrissy Teigen. He's doing an X.
Where was it? Like,
go to the images.
Recently?
There you go, right there.
Which one, bro?
Go to like the second picture.
This one. Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I see his hand. No. Okay.
You see the X?
Yeah. I see his hand now.
You see her face?
Yeah. Is it dead? Or
there's rumors that says Chrissy Teigen is a man.
Where's the hell am I?
From that face work, strong that bones or whatever, you know, like a lot of drag queens have that stuff.
Yeah.
That facial structure.
I always said she was funny, man. I don't know what it is, but she just always been funny looking to me. I don't get it.
But if you notice, He has his hands set up like the ancient god Osiris or Asar. Right? Remember, they take the ancient rituals and they pervert it.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his arms crossed. Remember when Asar, went into the underworld, he had his arms crossed with the hook and the fail.
Right.
One is to bring forth and one is to repel.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice of that baby.
Here you go.
Bingo.
Oh, come on.
They ain't gonna get that shit to you easy.
Oh, God damn
Not
it.
that easy.
Why they have to play games? Goddess position and then God position. I still got it for us. Punks.
There it is right there. Now let's go deeper into that. If you go into the Osirian mysteries, you'll see him with his arms crossed. And then within each hand is a crook, and then there's a fail. Now you can go down.
Oh, okay. I bet.
You already there.
Right
there
here?
you go.
Yeah.
Go to the one on the left with the Masonic symbol. That's it right there. Blow that up. Yeah. Now that goes back even before Cyrus was even mentioned. That goes back to Narmar and Menes of the first dynasty.
The so-called fish king, how they say.
Yeah, you talking about Unofficial?
No, that I saw the documentary the other day. They were talking about Neymar and his son. One of his
Yeah,
siblings.
Neymar and his son.
Yeah, the fish hieroglyph or whatever.
Yeah, that's where they started to mix all that shit in with Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talking about Christ is a fish and all that bullshit.
And feeding how many people they say in the Bible? They say Jesus fed with loaves of bread and some small amount of fish. Don't quote me.
2 fish, 5 loaves of bread.
Yeah, that one.
That goes into the higher senses. That goes into the senses. You have 5 cardinal senses and you have 2 higher senses, which is clairvoyance and psychometry. But y'all ain't hear that from me. Or put that in your back pocket though.
Yeah.
Yeah, your 5 natural senses: your taste, touch, smell, hearing, and taste, touch, smell, hearing, and what's the other one? Sight.
Sights. Yeah, the way my mom used to do when I was a little girl, she used to say sight, smell, hear, taste, and touch. Like touch.
Those are your bread. Those correspond to the 5 loaves of bread. The bread comes from out the earth.
Yep.
So those are your 5 carnal senses.
The flower,
man.
Yeah.
Then you have your 2 that come out the water, right? But you remember, the heavens were described as waters, right?
Right.
Waters above, yeah.
Well, exactly. So that's where your fish reside in water, correct?
Right.
So in the heavenly plane, you have 2 fish or 2 extra senses. And I just gave them to y'all. So
yep.
I don't get a horn, but goddamn, shit,
My
I'm dropping.
bad.
I'm
My
dropping.
bad.
I'm gonna keep my jewels to myself. Y'all being stingy. Goddamn shit.
Flipping the night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the crook and the fail. Going back to mayonnaise and the crook and the fail, right?
Uh-huh.
What we see as a SAR. A SAR ain't nothing but what is it? A glorified mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back and you study and you do your research, you'll figure it's either Neymar or mayonnaise. They were one and the same individual. Then from there, you have your derivative stories of Nimrod and Tammuz, which is basically another culture that understood who Neymar and mayonnaise was. Neymar means the number.
Am I going stupid all of a sudden? What the hell is happening? I'm not talking about this damn soccer player. I'm talking about. Sorry, bro.
You're killing me here, baby. You're killing me here.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. They trying to make me look stupid tonight.
But you know what? You see that soccer player with the hair, that blonde in his hair. Since you brought it up,
because they brought it up, right here.
Yeah, with that hair. That hair goes back to Harpocrates, which is the keeper of the secrets. Harpocrates goes back into Supreme. If you can jump in, it'll be great. Cupid, right?
Yeah.
Keeper of the secrets. So this is where they get the Cupid, which is basically a hermaphrodite. Cupid is both male and female.
Running butt naked around the place.
Right. You understand? Sticking both man and female with those arrows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To fall in love. That goes back to the Bacchus.
Same
individual. That goes into the individual known as Baphomet.
Right. Bob.
Yeah. The divine hermaphrodite. But see, in spirituality, when you reach your highest sense, leaving this plane of existence, you unify both masculine and feminine principle. It's a perversion of that. You understand?
Yeah.
Also Pan too, bro.
Yeah, of course, Pan as well. That's where you get Peter Pan. All of this stems down to a perversion. How they pervert it is this: when you at your highest level, you unify both masculine and feminine principle, yin and yang. You understand?
Gotcha.
When they say the land of milk and honey, you understand? It's both. One is acidic and one is base. What you would call alkaline.
Yeah. Alkaline.
You know what I'm saying? When you mix those two together, you have the divine elixir. Your pineal gland is activated. You understand? The land of milk and honey.
Right.
Masculine and feminine principle. That goes back to the caduceus. When you see the two snakes coiling up together. You understand?
Yeah.
See, but you see where he has the apron on? That's Freemasonic. The leaves, I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an apron. The divine secret is the phallus and the vulva, and the union of the phallus and the vulva, which produces life. The unk. The top portion of the unk is a vulva. The bottom portion is a phallic symbol. The union of those is what? Everlasting life. The union of masculine and feminine principle, which is the key to what? Eternal life. Come on,
when
now.
that
This is
cease to
elementary
exist, then life is over. So that's why we are on y'all ass about this Black Lives Matter shit.
Right.
Why? Yeah. Because they are infiltrating our communities to destroy our Black homes. Also with this feminist bullshit. Because them same feminists Caucasians, because that's where this shit started from, that's
The
telling you
Days and the Wilmers.
to disregard your man, put your man down. They go home to their men at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that right there. Yes.
I got you, Willem.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, I got pictures on deck for conversations.
Yes.
Hold
Yeah.
up. Can I also say
Go ahead,
that
brother.
we as a nation can only go as far as our women. God damn it.
Preach.
Drop the motherfucking horn.
Preach it, brother.
Yes.
That's what the prophet was saying, to uplift fallen humanity. We must
Preach it.
uplift our women, y'all.
Thank you.
That's my goal, to obtaining this knowledge and sharing this shit with y'all, so we can uplift our women. You dig?
See, our women, the compliment and the piggyback off of what our brother said, but going into the negative aspect of it, our women are lost. So our women are going into other movements and other plights that has nothing to do with them. I know Sister Faye talked about this ad nauseum.
Yes.
Till she blew in the face.
Yes.
And I defer to Sister Faye on this because she is obviously a woman, but I would rather a woman, an elder woman, tell it for what it is. I don't want to say anything to where that I come with an agenda. Let a female say it. Let a woman say it. Sister Faye.
Faye, you still with us?
Oh, I'm still here.
Go ahead, Sister Faye. This is the alley-oop for you. On the screen, I got the sisters being recruited by these Albions, in their movement.
Right, to overthrow they mean. So the Caucasian woman can sit on the seat. And we don't realize that's her whole plight. But I think a lot of our problem is that there's no more grandmothers. We don't teach our young women. Right. We're too busy, and I could say for people my age, because I'm not even 50 yet. I'm not quite 50, but I am retired. Last week was my last week at work. But anyway,
congratulations, sister.
Congratulations.
Well, Lamita, you missing the ball, baby.
I know. I'm slipping out here. I'm sorry.
But I am of age to have grandchildren, which I don't have as of yet. But there's no more grandmothers. They out in the club, with the young people.
Trying to shake that
they're dating 20-year-old men. You know what I'm saying? They're not taking care of the grandchildren like my grandmother did. In the summertime, we went to grandma's house. That was just what we did. We spent time with grandmother on Sunday. People do not have, and they have been tied down. That was the last, I think Bobby Hemmett talked about that, that the grandmother was sacred, quote unquote, black grandmother was sacred. And they have tapped into that energy and tore that down as well. So, and we just don't talk to our young women. We don't talk to them about their bodies. We don't talk to them. Now I'm just gonna say in general, I did with my daughter, but we do not. We don't. It's just no more. The feminine energy has just been tainted. They turned it into a thought energy, and that's what it is all about. They just sexualize every damn thing, and nobody has taken a platform to stand up against it. You know what I'm saying? Right. It just got outrageous. It's got out of hand, And like we always talk about corporate America. They done fed us this dream that we were never a part of. It's actually a nightmare. Where in order for you to climb the top, you got to do a little some strange. Lie on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Stab somebody in the back, and that's how you get. Climb this corporate ladder. It's not the best at the top. You're not gonna ever see the best at the top because this world was not built for the righteous. And we have picked up. My grandmother said, "The more y'all hang around Caucasians, the more y'all gonna pick up their nasty ways. And as I got older, I realized what she meant by that because of the things that I saw. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad I was cognizant, excuse me, cognizant enough to notice what was actually going on and what was actually, you know, put before us when it was a pile of doodle. And your eyes really got to be open for you to see the shit that they done put in front of your face. I mean, they took me in at the house with the welfare system. But when you go down there, if you another nationality, your man can be there. I know this for a fact because I work for state government. Okay, but I was not allowed to have the men in the household. That's why they used to go around and do the home, you
It's
know,
12:30.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we just been put in a disadvantage. And instead of using our own brain, you know, and doing a little struggle, we just picked up other people's habits because we thought that's what life was, you know, that was the epitome of life. You know what I'm saying? The epitome, we stopped realizing that the epitome of life was being with your children. You know, we made work, you know, our focal point, you know, in this doggone dream and being young, you know, the family you and everything but our family and our values and holding on to that. We lost respect for every damn thing. We don't respect no damn thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These children who go out there at these games, they be out there cussing. Well, they don't cuss in front of me because I give them that look and they sit down.
Right.
You know, because I don't tolerate it. My energy lets you know I don't tolerate foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But people don't respect, or not that they don't respect it. They don't like people like me coming around because they know when people like me come around, they can't do their dirt because I don't put up with it.
Right.
And so many people have fallen because they want the dream that they done fought, you know, put in front of us, you know, oh, you know, everybody grabbing for this job so I can make this amount of money so I can spend and put back into this piece of system. But they're not looking at what they lost from being in this system because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a selfish thing. And, you know, they took self love to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? They just took self-esteem to a whole nother level. And these people ain't even sat down long enough with themselves to know that they're not even happy, that they have really fallen into a rabbit hole. And everything that we, you know, our family values and traditions, they just thrown that out the window. Thrown it out the window. And
So,
they take this falsified dream, you know, and it's just sad. Really is sad.
so would you say the so-called black woman has become the black widow in a sense for some people to, you know, to be being used by other people to take out, you know, to do their job
Exactly.
for them?
Exactly, because they don't know who they are, you
Mm-hmm.
know, as the first woman. You see what I'm saying? See, back in the day, it wasn't cute to be dark skinned. It wasn't cute to wear your natural hair. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that self-esteem to stand on our own and say, you know what, I'm beautiful. This is the way God made me. And I'm proud, you know, of being this because we allowed the other images to overcome us because we didn't have any self-pride for ourselves. You know, we really got beat down by the world. So I can blame a lot of I'm not going to say weaker-minded women. I'm not going to use that term, but
Mm-hmm.
I do understand it because I see it in my cousins still. You know what I'm saying? I see this illusion, how you can be swept away with the illusion. And but I don't understand it because how is this going to be a week and you ain't out there covering my baby when the police shoot? You're not at the courthouse, you know, protesting. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's always a we when it comes to their agenda. When we're in trouble, it's always y'all. You know, y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to pull y'all stuff up by y'all bootstraps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I don't even see how we as a people even feel inclusive in this system. It is crazy. It's like we do have a psychosis. You know, and we really do. We really
Right.
do. We're the keepers of the traditions and values. We have thrown away the last traditions and values that we have.
Mhm.
We are at the party. We some of it's some 60-year-old women that I know personally out here trying to look like 20-year-old women. It's just to get ridiculous. It
Mhm.
just happens, and
Cougars. Call them cougars.
well,
Meow.
and that's what the Caucasian, that's picking up to me, when the Caucasian, mother slept with her son.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They done brought that into right. Exactly.
Sorry, sis. Go ahead.
That's the
So
Oedipus Rex.
exactly. So it's just the only thing. I mean, I can see a slow change, but the mindset, I can see the outward change as far as more of us wearing our hair. Hey, we got to say what we can get. Black is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
can see slow change, but that's an outward appearance. But the mind is still affected. Like be on Facebook and I see our women. Why is your house decorated with all these Caucasian images,
Mm.
Caucasian statues? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When they even put a meme up, it's full of Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be talking about black empowerment. So why is every picture that you put up that's a meme is a Caucasian? You say the mind is the mind, the image. You see what I'm saying? It's like we have taken on what's the term, Cliff, when you start sympathizing with your
But similar.
abuse oppressor.
Are you talking about the cognitive
Yes,
dissonance of
Stockholm.
Stockholm syndrome?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about black power. How is you talking about black power, but the image you got up is the Caucasian?
Because the
You see what
Caucasian is the
I'm saying?
architects of the black power.
Right.
Huh?
Because the Caucasian, if you look at the website that I just posted
I'm
up,
talking about people talking about the community and they showing these Caucasian images when they're speaking of community and family. The images are Caucasians in their meaning.
yeah, the whole system,
Do you see what I'm saying?
the whole,
Because
yeah, of course, the
because
whole system. Let's look at the black fist that we have up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a symbol of fascism,
Mhm.
right? Anti-fascism,
Yep.
And
rather.
communism.
Communism. There you go. There's your Antifa right
Mm-hmm.
there.
You said children preparing for evacuation, some giving the Republican salute, and then the Republicans showed a raised fist, whereas nationalists gave the Roman salute, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
hell, hell,
Oh yeah,
Three
Yeah.
different salutes.
yeah.
But you go back to when the sisters have their fists raised, this is a nod to Marxism.
Exactly.
This is where they got the sisters on three different levels.
Mm-hmm.
They got you on every sister, right? That's involved in those movements.
Yep.
They have three different altars. You have the globalist altar. We are one, right? That whole rhetoric. We are one people,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have the racialist altar, where anytime a brother get gunned down, then they become black, right?
Early schisms and all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm. When a brother gets gunned down or something on the streets, then they're black. Then they're black power.
Mm-hmm.
Then the foundation of it all is that feminist
Yeah,
altar.
that makes right there. That's a statement.
Yeah.
So again, those three altars where women will, in this system, is the globalist, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your globalists. You have your Black Power altar,
Mhm.
and then you have your feminist. And they will alter between the three.
Yeah.
Whichever suits them at the time, they will do it. They'll go with those
Socialism,
altars.
fascism, and Marxism.
Marxism. All of
All
that
the
comes from
same.
Marxism.
All the same shit.
I think a lot of times we do that and join in and get with these other groups of people, whatever, Europeans or whatever, because of that whole Jesus Savior complex. That whole Mary and Jesus, and we kind of in a sense do look at them as the Savior. I
This
think
is
that's where it's gonna come from.
the thing is, with that being said, you're right, brother. You are definitely right, because here it is. This is the Albion's kingdom. Right now, they're in rulership. They have the status quo. They are the ones who control propaganda. So it's
But
their
by acquiescence,
by
by our own acquiescence.
By our own acquiescence.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, what a lot of them are doing in those movements is asking the European for a hug and acceptance. We want to be equal. When in fact, we are superior by nature.
That's why I say God said, no man can change man from his set nature unless his power stand beyond the great universal creator Allah himself. But see, when we looking for other people for that validity or whatever, that's what messes us up.
Exactly.
We look for that acceptance from somebody else when it's supposed to come from within, come from ourselves.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because here it is, we over there, we marching and we begging, you know what I'm saying? We begging for them to acknowledge us. We want equality. We want freedom. We want peace. We want all of these ideals, right? But who are we going to, right, and marching in front of? Who are we asking? Are we speaking amongst ourselves?
No.
Or are we going to this Albion and we're putting this black fist up and demanding it in the name of Marxism?
We're going and screaming into the face of people who ain't got a dog or a cat in our fight, ain't got shit to do with us.
And who is
allow me to just say this.
you?
Allow me to just say this. Under Marxism, it is total and complete chaos. Because if you're not gonna give it to me, I'm gonna burn the whole shit down.
Right.
That is the essential, fundamental basis of Marxism, which stems from Luciferianism, which is basically going against the law, order of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Nature has an order to it, and I'm going to keep it brief. Going against that order, going against that law, going against the status quo is Luciferianism. That's the left-hand path. That's the chaos. And out of that chaos comes a new order where you have dysfunction, the acceptance of dysfunction.
Right.
And I'll end it there. Go ahead, brother.
Like, I agree with you 100%. Like you said, everything that's good is now looked upon as bad. What's bad is look good. And that's a part of us. Like Faye was saying, how her grandmother was telling her, you keep following out along these people, whatever, you eventually gonna pick up those habits. And that's what we've done. And they've made a lot of those habits acceptable, even though it's really against us. Because all we're doing is, even though we may not be physically having sex with them or amalgamating with them, we're amalgamating with them on a different level.
You know what?
Customs.
Perfect example of Luciferianism being pushed by the feminine agenda. Go to Cardi B's page, please, Wilhelmina. And this the bombshell.
Got you.
Yeah, but to piggyback off of David, man, we taking We chasing after they customs. We doing the shit that they do. We acting how they act.
We abandoning our.
That's not of us. It's not in our nature.
Hopefully she didn't take it down.
Abandoning our
Go down.
forefathers and our foremothers. Yeah, it's here.
There it is right there.
Single, bad, and rich. I do the controlling.
Whoop, there it is.
Controlling of who, you may wonder.
The sheep. She controls the sheep. She controls the sleep. What the nation of God and earth called the 85ers. The dumb,
The
deaf, and blind.
useless eaters.
There you go. They're placed in these positions, give millions of dollars in order to influence the sheep. Look at this. Does this make any sense?
None whatsoever. And then what's this one? Were they the same?
They're trying to do a what you call it? A juxtapose to say. Read the caption of that one.
Stop with the Illuminati shit. It was just costumes for a TikTok video. Damn. No, bitch. No.
But look at the sign that she's doing with her hands.
Right.
Come on, man.
Stupid. It's no wonder when they say never speak on another person's marriage. I ain't gonna email her. But sometimes
that's why you can't be envious or not necessarily envious of other people's, like I said, marriage or whatever, because you never know what they are doing to maintain that, or what they've done, or who they had to sacrifice, or whoever, or whatever they had to do in order to that level, or have that spotlight, or how miserable, even though she's taking a picture like this or whatever, how miserable she may really be, or how somebody's slave she really is, the stuff that she got to do with the contract that she has signed.
Right.
And then you got, but you guys saying the weak, the sheep don't even see that. They don't even look beyond that. All they see is, man, she got angel wings on this one. That's Cardi B?
Yeah, both.
Mind you, the second picture that she showed is a follow-up.
And it's like that's, you know what I'm saying? So it's hit when young children are seeing this stuff and don't know anything about it, they think, man, that's cool, that's hip or whatever. I want to chase after that, but not necessarily knowing what they actually chasing after, because a lot of them being misled. A lot of not just children, but a lot of adults, even adults.
Listen to what this girl said. Jessica 909 says what? Read it, Willa.
She said, here you are playing with God's enemy, but he favors you, right? Not all money is good money when you sell your soul, hun. Hit them with that truth.
We have people that's awake and that are actually seeing. This is the times where you're gonna see these signs and symbols. These signs and symbols been around since iniquity, since ancient times, like Brother Supreme was saying. The issue is that now that the information is out, we, more people are starting to able to see, these horns, these 666 mudra hand signs, right? The OK sign, which is really a 666 mudra sign, right? The Manu Cornuto, or the horn hand sign, that all of these entertainers are putting up. The rock sign, the diamond sign, which is an allusion to the pyramids, right? All of this shit is on the left-hand path. You'll have a lot of Egyptologists trying to justify it, but they don't understand Kabbalistic symbolism. They're looking at it and interpreting it from, some Nubian interpretation. Oh yeah, she's awoke because she's doing this, or they'll take let's say a Brother Panic's interpretation, right? And they don't even understand what Brother Panic, number one,
Why he has those symbols up.
okay, true indeed. He's showing you the duplicity of these symbols. But not a lot of people can catch his teaching style. He'll contradict himself all day to show you that, number one, you're following him and not doing the research and not showing yourself approved anyway.
Right.
So what he does, which I like, is he contradicts himself to throw the people that are following him blindly like sheep off. He says it in his lectures all the time. I've spoken to the brother, a few times, and I get it. I understand. The issue is he does not want to have sheeple following him.
Right.
He wants to deal with people that are his equals, that put in the work.
And that's why he said, like, before a lot of his sermons, a lot of his lectures, he'll say a whole bunch of stuff to throw the sheeple off or whatever, throw certain people off to where they be like, oh man, he talking that Illuminati stuff. I got to get out of here. And then that's, they done logged off and went somewhere else. But he said for those who, want the real meat, you'll stay through the BS, you'll see through the cussing, when he cuss or whatever, and it won't bother you. Certain time, certain things bother certain people, so they'll go ahead and go their way. But those who are strong enough to understand what he's saying and to take what he's saying are the ones who are, listen to it.
Definitely. Same thing with Bobby. When Bobby was going through breaking down the principles, or what you would call the gods, right? I've said it on many countless of shows. These so-called gods or principles are really within you. So when you understand what Ma'at really is, Ma'at is really a lesson on balance. You understand? And this is also supplicated and reinforced through the relief, where you have the journey of the soul that's being leveled on the scales of Ma'at. Is teaching you balance. You understand? Your heart has to be pure. Meaning you got to leave this physical shit where it is. Like what Brother Supreme was saying. Listen, get right with nature. Get right with the netters. The netters meaning nature.
Right.
Who is nature? We are nature.
We are the land.
Right. I said it on a past show. Man has it fucked up. Man thinks he owns the land, but the land really owns you. Because where do we go when we die? Don't we get buried back into the land?
From the soil we come from, and to the soil we will return.
Come on now. So we belong to the land. The natives here in the Americas knew this. You understand? That's why when they were born, one of the customs and traditions that they practice, if you notice, they would have something around their neck, like a satchel. And that satchel will contain things that are personal to that individual and their journey through life. But it's also a reminder that, hey, don't let your ego get too caught up, because what's this around your neck is for you to focus on your task here, you know what I'm saying, as you're put here to do. You understand? So when you get out of your, what is it, out of pocket, so to speak.
Right.
Sometimes you have little checks and balances and things like that to remind you, okay, let me remember that I'm just a traveler. You understand? That I'm here, and my final destination is to go back home. You understand? So with that being said, um, you know, they take our ancient science of Moorish science, our understanding when we were Essenes, our understanding when we were Sufis, our understanding when we saw beyond the veil of religion, when we had the deeper spiritual teachings behind these little parables that we read in these books. We understand a certain deeper science behind what we're reading. Even the prophet, the revelator, Noble Drew Ali, if you weren't a sincere Moor, you were gonna get caught up in religion. Am I right, Brother David?
Mm-hmm.
Because he put booby traps for Moors that weren't sincere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Jesus did the same thing too.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're sincere, you're gonna come from a spiritual place, not a carnal place.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like you ain't gonna be no different than the Pharisees, who he cussed out. Jesus cussed out the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He's like, yo, y'all garments is long and nice, but inside, y'all like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all rotten. Y'all like this chalice. Remember when he talked about them and he said y'all like this chalice, beautiful with diamonds on the outside, but on the inside, y'all cup is full of filth
And hollow.
and hollow.
Empty.
Right. That means there's no spirituality there,
Nothing.
no substance.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these ones get caught up in this jail and in court. I'll be like, why is y'all always in court or going to jail? What is y'all actually doing?
Right.
To tell make y'all feel so available to their energy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like learning certain things and then always trying to prove it, prove it in the wrong way, in a sense.
Sister, I know you're not gonna put that
and get a
green
bad
man shit up
reputation
there.
of.
Oh, this Supreme put
Supreme, explain that shit to me, sir, because that shit look crazy.
You ain't never seen that before.
That makes no sense. That's not our science.
Yeah.
That's a misinterpretation of our science. Because first and foremost, if you understood, not you, but anybody that studies that and they see a SAR, that's just basically aligning him up with vegetation.
Right. So we are of the earth.
Exactly.
All right. So
Okay, let me ask you a question. What are earth tones? Earth have many different tones.
it does.
Not
But
necessarily green.
no, it don't.
I mean,
but,
not only green.
but I get that pick because of the from the ancient texts and the shit that's on the wall and shit for as the vegetation. From my understanding, we fell from grace as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
I
And
agree.
that was our original color.
You think
And that
so?
can from the old ancient Egyptian text, that's my understanding of it.
Okay, bro. Let me give you something. We operated on a gold system, right? Now, you know what I'm saying, we're operating on iron, hence our skin being rusted, copper color.
Right. But that comes, it's a rustic color because of your body being what I think it's 75% water.
Water, right.
So that would turn green into a rusty copper color, wouldn't it?
Well, yes
Because
and
look,
no.
you got to think about this. For as when we fell from grace, um, our tone for us the chakras that was radiating outward as well as inward.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Okay.
didn't been dumbed down as a race for as the substances and shit we've consumed and mixing and shit with other races and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
GMO in the food and waters.
And and that's just what I've gotten from it from my study. That's my
Okay.
interpretation.
Let's go a little deeper, bro. Remember, before we took on actual physical bodies, even in the Bible it says it, there was a creation of man and woman together, right? And then there was a creation of a man from the dust. And then out of his rib came woman, right?
All right.
Remember the Anunnaki, right? Or the Elohim, depending on what tradition you subscribe to. They created a man and a woman at the same time. And they say, yes, we created them, man and woman,
Uh-huh.
right? And then, that was the 6th day. Then, like on the 8th day, they created Adam, which is the man of from out of the earth.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So there's a distinction between those two creations. One of
Right.
those creations was the light body,
That was us
right?
before
On
before
a
we fell
gold
from
system.
grace. Right.
On a gold system. We fell from that light body system into incarnate when we ate of the fruit.
Uh-huh.
And we shall surely die. The key is you don't really die because you're in a see the distinction is this. If you know that you're an eternal being, you're not gonna die. But if you're thinking on some human being level, right, flesh and carnal level, then you're gonna die. Hence,
Right.
there was no need for them to eat that fruit or partake in that activity that brought them to that level of destruction. What happened is they took on another system and they stopped being themselves. Yes, melanin is like chlorophyll. That is definitely true. But that dark green stuff, that uh Philip Valentine broke that down. In one of his past lectures back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't subscribe to it personally
Yeah.
because there's no green individuals walking around now.
But you see, it's motherfuckers with that green shit. I know for a fact. I know it's motherfuckers I know in my family when we was young. You got
Yeah,
that green, bro. You got that green.
I'm looking at my old baby picture where I used to have my birthmark right up here. Well, I don't anymore now that I'm gone, but it used to be right here. And it used to kind of be this greenish color. Kind of.
Yeah, I had family people in my family with them green patches on their body too.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
we star babies. We
Yeah.
from the
I agree with that
celestials. We from
100%.
from the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
And when we created the other races and shit, for as the Yakubian experiment,
Hmm.
and that's when things started
Do you know
getting
why we created them?
The
well.
Nephilim.
So like my understanding is, we was warned and shit against each other, and um, he created.
Mars.
The Nephilim is
I'm
mine.
giving it to you, Mars.
Oh, my bad. Oh.
You say Mars, I'm lost.
Mars is the planet of war. Why
Right.
do you think
Okay.
Mars
Gotcha.
has the atmosphere in the state that Mars is in? There's pyramids on Mars, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. We once survived on Mars. Mars had an atmosphere that was favorable to us living there.
Hmm.
we nuked the shit out of Mars. That's where those wars came from. Now, what happened is we needed gold to go back and to fix the atmosphere of Mars. Henceforth, we created a worker class.
Yeah.
This is in the Sumerian tablets. Enki and Enlil, if you need reference.
Yeah. You're right.
Every movie right here.
Enki, Enki, and Enlil, Enilil. Yeah. So there's texts that predate that as well that we're not privy to. But yeah, there was a war. You on point with it.
Yeah. So
That goes back into
we
the Sumerian account.
so
When you go into Enki and Enlil, I believe wanted to destroy the creation.
yeah, so we fucking created the other races and shit to use as, like you were saying, like the worker class and slaves and motherfuckers to fight these wars against each other towards us as a nation. You know what I mean? This shit is deep.
This shit is deep. That's where you get your Yakub from, like you were saying. Grafted man. Grafted meaning a germ. Germ meaning what? DNA. Cloning. The Empire Strikes Back. What do you have? You have the Attack of the Clones. Star Wars.
Yep.
They telling you the story right there.
Is that what that's all about? I never did understand that damn movie.
Yeah, you have the Force. You have two sides of the Force.
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun. They were basically Lucas rehashing the old Sumerian account with some new flavor with it. He throwing some lightsabers. He throwing a couple of starships.
Yeah.
But mostly it was about the Attack of the Clones. It was about Nibiru coming to destroy some shit. Which was what? They call it the Death Star.
Right.
Yep.
When Nibiru comes around, Nibiru comes to destroy.
Right.
Rebuild. It's like at number 8. The 5%ers, the gods and earths, call it what? Build and destroy.
Right. That's why white
That's what I was showing it.
Okay, because Nibiru is coming in closer and closer each day.
And that's what they're trying to hide from you.
Yeah.
And that's why I was showing that map earlier of the United States, underwater and shit.
Hello.
Like they preparing for this shit. Like right now, while we on here talking this shit, they got shit and mechanism in place for them.
Right.
They gonna leave us, hang us out to dry to, war against each other.
For my Bible readers, now 1 second, brother, I'm gonna just throw this in there. For my Bible readers, that's your wormwood. That's your wormwood spoken of in Revelation.
Right.
Continue, my brother.
Yes, and once we, the order out of chaos, this is exactly what it is. So after we kill each other off, they gonna come up out of the ashes like the phoenix, rising out of the ashes, proclaim this new world order. Motherfucker gonna have to have that COVID, which is the certificate of vaccination ID. This is the 2021 agenda, agenda 21, agenda 2030, agenda 35.
35.
All the way to
King Alfred plan.
Yes, 2050.
2050.
They putting all this shit in place, like the fires in Los Angeles. The surprising fucking hurricanes in Idaho. Where the fuck is the ocean at? Tell me. Where the fuck is the ocean? Around that area.
Hello.
Midwest.
Hello.
So you gotta have eyes to see and ears to hear.
Exactly.
Pay attention. Pay attention to the shit you need to pay attention to, not this bullshit.
It's new islands supposed to be coming up.
Also, Busta Rhymes on one of his albums, I believe it's called the Extinction Level Event.
Mm-hmm.
His intro is
Mm-hmm.
very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, "Daddy, what it's gonna be like in the year 2000?"
There you go, David.
And
You
he's
know
like,
what I'm
"Well,
talking about.
sweetheart." Yeah, he was like, "Well, sweetheart." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
breaks exactly what Supreme is talking about.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can pull that up real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, so they have to give you a choice. They have to give you a out. You just have to see it and know when to take it. That's just like in court. You go in court and you talk your talk, you do your thing, and they give you that out. They ain't finna tell you here, this is your out. They don't do it in a roundabout way because they want to keep the system in place. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
supposed to
Exactly.
go against the system. You're supposed to stay in honor. You feel what I'm saying?
And
Right.
you remember the movie Mortal Kombat?
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the end, when Shang Tsung was trying to get Sonya to fight, the main thing was she had to accept it. He couldn't do nothing unless she accepted it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
like you said, Supreme, a lot of this stuff gonna come to us being not coerced, but seemingly coerced into taking the vaccine or whatever. You know,
Same way the alien was trying to get Janeway on what was it, Star Trek to go into the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Yo, you mad persistent. Like it's like you giving me a choice." And then
Mm-hmm.
the alien came as her father to kind of make the transition easy. And she was like, "Nah, my father wouldn't want shield me from death. Who the fuck are you?" And then it ended up manifesting to her like, "Yo, look, like okay, you see through the bullshit. I can't really make you come in this shit, but I'm gonna be waiting for you, and you gonna come into this motherfucker, come
Hey,
into this matrix."
prime example, bro. The shit with the mask. People not catching on to this shit. They telling you this is a law, but this is not a law. This is a mandate.
A
mm-hmm.
mandate.
This is a request,
Right.
and you have a choice to do it or not.
Right. And they
Now
can't
it's
enforce it.
exactly, but you have to know what the fuck is going on. Even Cuomo said, "I can't make no motherfucker wear no mask and social distance. It's impossible."
Mm-hmm.
That was the out right there. People didn't pay attention or catch on to it.
Right.
So they
Another
comply.
another quick example when you're done, brother.
Go go ahead. No, they I was gonna
Okay,
just say they
the
complied to
vampire.
the shit.
The who?
The vampire.
Uh-huh.
Vampire can't just bust up in your home. It got to be what?
You
Invited,
gotta
right?
invite them in.
But
Permission.
when
Exactly.
when the vampire walk up to you, it entices you to invite them.
Same as in
Exactly.
Lovecraft Country.
It
Exactly.
entices you to
Mm-hmm.
invite them in, but it can't do nothing without your consent.
Right.
That's it.
That's its magic. It doesn't have no power. Remember,
Unless
even
you give it to them.
in the book of Job, the devil had to go up to heaven and ask God, "Can I test Job?"
Mm-hmm.
And permission to do that. You know.
Permission, exactly. It
Mm.
needs permission. Don't give it don't get a system no damn permission to color you and call you out your name. Stuff that you don't,
Black
you know what I'm
Negro in
saying?
color.
Come on now.
And you know why, bro?
Mm.
This shit is rigged. This shit is rigged, but everything has a divine order. That's why. Everything.
Exactly.
So that's why you have to be, like I was saying earlier, in the spiritual state of mind, in the spiritual state of being. Because this shit is a spiritual war. not only is it physical, it's spiritual. You have
Right.
to recognize that, and you got to have your armor on, which
Yeah, I
is
got
your
that.
Exactly.
knowledge. Your
So
armor
you,
is your knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Got that.
glad that Wilhelmina. One second, David. I'm so glad that Wilhelmina brought True Blood up because True Blood hit you on two levels, right?
Thank you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It hit you on the adrenochrome level, where they
Mm.
talk about this
Mm-hmm.
drug called V, which is
Yep.
vampire blood, right? Which is
Yes.
a nod to adrenochrome,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly,
Allegedly.
and then the what I just mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Before the vampire can suck your blood, right,
Need
and
your
take your
permission.
life force, take your rights, your birthrights, your nationality away from you, you gotta invite this motherfucker in.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta co-sign this motherfucker
Consent,
before it do anything.
consent, a consent form or
There
something.
you
Drop
go.
the horn. Drop the motherfucking horn.
And I'm done. I'm done. I ain't saying nothing else for the rest of the night.
You
That's all y'all
smash.
getting from me.
You smashed out. You smashed out with that one, bro.
And see,
That's real.
you see right there, that picture right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a pouch, a Capri Sun to them.
Yeah.
So now it's like people just, like I said, they could just, they could just say donate blood, and it's like, be an event, something happened, and they be like donate blood, and it's like, what I need to donate blood for,
Right. Soon as
and they get all these people to donate blood and have different types, and then they put them in these little pouches like this. Next thing you know, store it or whatever, and like I said, they ain't got to go around here buying you on your neck and all this other stuff, or how they used to do. It's like they come up with more clever and creative ways to, get your blood from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we'll buy your blood from you, or we'll give you a certain amount of money, and plasma or whatever. And next thing you know, all they gotta do is just store it up, and then hey, I got a fresh bag of blood. I just drink it up. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. I'm just saying as an example. But I
No,
found that
definitely.
no, I'm just saying, I'm just saying that's just how they can do that stuff now, and you still have to have consent or whatever to give them your blood, and
Yeah.
and then what they'll do is try to replace your blood with something else. I think like my dad, before my dad died, that's what they did. They said you don't have no white cells or whatever, so they could tell you anything. And next thing you know, he ended up getting a blood transfusion, and his body wasn't never the same again. That blood that's in your body is your blood, your life,
right.
your strength.
Your family.
Yeah, your DNA and all that stuff. So like, don't allow anybody to take that from you, and like I said, they see the value in it. But if you don't see the value in it, they just gonna say, hey, you need to get, you need to have a surgery, an operation. We got to do a blood transfusion or whatever to take it. And ain't no telling what they doing with that blood.
Let me ask you a question. Based on this blood type chart, what looks like the recessive blood type? If I could use that terminology.
The recessive. Let's see.
You can give blood to. The one that's AB plus.
Thank you. What seems like the dominant?
The one that I got.
O plus.
Oh.
No.
Hold on. Hold on.
Negative.
Keyword is everyone.
You can give blood to.
That's what I got, y'all.
Let's see, blood from.
Every time I go to the doctor, they all.
Let's see.
The O can give to everybody. The O is the dominant.
Oh yeah, got you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the O can only receive from O.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Every time I'm in the hospital, y'all, I have to get a blood transfusion. They say almost every time, not every time.
And the crazy part about it, Willa, you can only get it from your own type.
That's what I know.
And that's dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can give to everybody.
You O
but
minus,
you can
you O
only
negative.
receive.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I got
You can
sickle
only
cell.
receive from O.
But see,
Yeah,
that's the reason
Negative.
why they might be saying that stuff that you have such or whatever, so they can keep getting that dominant, like I said, that dominant blood type. You know,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
they
deep.
never like I'm in there going almost every I used to be every month, but since this COVID stuff has been slowing up. But I notice I be watching them every time I go. That's usually why I'm there. Quiet as I keep it. I'm just there to watch them because I'm always trying to watch what the hell is going on in the medical world anyway. But my doctor, he never like says, "Oh, see you in 2 or 3 months or whenever." It's always he lets me come back every single month, and I be wondering why. When is he gonna stop me? And then it hit me one day, like they taking blood on the second floor every time you come to your appointment. Is for a reason. It must be something that I got in my blood that whenever they taking my blood test, they trying to
you know, like
siphon or harping it or whatever.
what's the lady name? Henrietta Lex.
Yeah,
You know,
Henrietta.
yeah, her tissues or whatever kept reproducing.
That
Stuff like that. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But if we don't know anything about that stuff, they know and they're conscious of it and they know, like, okay, this blood type, hey, this blood type grants you
right,
eternal life or whatever, or like, and we don't know, they'll keep telling you, keep coming in here, keep coming here. We're gonna,
right,
and so it can help them out, you
right,
know.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no telling how many people they did tell somebody like, yeah, you got this, you got sickle cell or whatever, you got this disease or that disease, just so they can keep taking
Yeah,
your blood out of your system and putting it in their body.
thank you. Or
You know,
send it off to some private lab somewhere like they do on Westworld with the robots and shit.
remember
Trying to make androids and that look like humans.
you remember Kim Kardashian on one of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian
Mhm.
episodes where whatever she was doing with her face, it looked like it was a whole bunch of blood, like whatever they do to like to revive their skin or rejuvenate their skin.
Oh yeah, the what they call Botox, the Botox shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, like different type of methods they use, whatever.
yeah, it looked like
That
blood.
she was playing blood on her face. That's what she said she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
She does it, and what's her name? Sandra Bullock was on some show talking about it too.
She was on
Yeah.
Ellen, I think.
Lee
Yeah.
Daniels said he'd do
Lee
it.
Daniels
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
making a joke about it, but he was dead ass serious.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
here we go.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's it right there.
They evil, man.
But go back right quick, Willa.
Okay.
Just one, and look at the picture. Look at the picture. Is that her right there next to it? That's not Kim, is it?
Let me see. Let's blow it up. Y'all some haters.
Let's see. The one that's right next to the red one. No, go up. No.
Come on.
Go back up.
Uh-huh.
That second picture with the 3 pictures in it. Is that her right there too?
Let me see.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's her.
Did she get hit? Damn.
Oh, that's how she is. How she looked without all that makeup on.
Yeah.
Like a corpse.
Yeah.
Before the makeup.
Like she half past 3 days dead. Shit. That's straight up out the grave down there.
You hear me?
And I
Chances.
found that extension level event intro if you want to hear it real quick.
Yeah, send it to her. Let's see that.
I'm gonna just play it off of my phone or whatever. See if I can hear it. Hold on. Hold on, here you go. Hold on.
Well, sweetheart, For your sake, I hope it'll be all peach.
Daddy, what's it gonna be like in the year 2000?
Well, sweetheart, for your sake, I hope it'll be all peaches and cream, but I'm afraid the end time is near. The cataclysmic apocalypse referred to in the scriptures of every holy book known to mankind. It will be an era fraught with boundless greed and corruption, where global monetary systems disintegrate, leaving brother to kill brother for a grain of overcooked rice. The nations of the civilized world will collapse under the oppressive weight of parasitic political conspiracies which remove all hope and optimism from their once faithful citizens. Around the globe, generations of polluters will be punished for their sins, unshielded by the ozone layer they have successfully depleted, left to bake in the searing naked rays of light. Wholesale assassinations serve to destabilize every remaining government, leaving the starving and wicked to fend for themselves. Bloodthirsty renegade cyborgs created by tax-dodging corporations wreak havoc. Pissed off androids tired of being slaves to a godless and gutless system where the rich get richer and the poor get fucked over and out. Unleash total worldwide destruction by means of nuclear holocaust, annihilating the terrified masses, leaving in its torturous wake nothing but vicious, cannibalistic, mutated, radiated, and horribly disfigured hordes of satanic killers bent on revenge, but against whom there are so few left alive. Starvation reigns supreme, forcing unlucky survivors to eat anything and anyone in their path. Massive earthquakes crack the planet's crust like a hollow eggshell, causing unending volcanic eruptions. The creatures of the seven seas, unable to escape to certain death upon land, boil in their liquid prison. Disease encircles the earth, plagues and viruses with no known cause or cure, laying waste to whatever draws breath, and humankind, having proven itself to be nothing more than a race of ruthless scavengers, fall victim to merciless attack at the hands of interplanetary alien tribes who seek to conquer our charred remains. This is extinction level event, the final world fate, and there is only 1 year left.
Wow, that's cool. I can't hardly wait.
You have to, because here it is, because here it is, because here it is.
That's it.
Busta Rhymes.
Did y'all hear that clip?
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes is one of the artists back in the early 90s that was pushing William Cooper book, Behold the Pale Horse, low key. He introduced Goody Mob to it. Goody Mob had that song, Who's That Peeking Through My Window? Cell Therapy.
Yep.
Yeah, cell therapy was basically meaning therapy for your mind, because you know your brain is made up of cells.
Right.
So it's an allusion to your brain.
Right.
Therapy for your brain. So they was hip to William Cooper as well as Tupac. Tupac hung with Goody Mob as well as Busta Rhymes. So those individuals are up on William Cooper's book.
And the thing is, a lot of those rappers like Busta Rhymes, when they had, you know, if you listen to different number of his albums, he was always talking about, you know, the world coming to an end, things of that nature are, you know, it's at the end of the world and still niggas ain't got no satisfaction or whatever. They was kind of before their time in a sense, cause you know, you thinking it's gonna happen, you know, back in 2000, you know, the end, you know, 2000, 0 party over, oops, out of time, or whatever. Yeah. But it's like really, it was really talking about now, you know, cause we looking at 2012 and like Supreme said, now we're really in the year 2000. Yeah, the year 2000 instead of the, you know, like 2012 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, where the Prophet had his statements about the year 2000, the Moors were coming to their own, you know, and you know, things of that nature. So it's just interesting how I think a lot of that stuff scared. It used to scare me in a sense, because I'm thinking like, man, why in the hell was I born in this time on this earth? And the next thing you know, the world about to end.
Yep.
You know, and I think that thing used to scare me so much. You know, it made me kind of be like, man, I gotta be consciously thinking about my actions while I'm on this planet, not just doing any kind of crazy stuff, because you know, the world gonna end. My cousins one time said, you know, when the moon is real big, like the harvest moon.
Yes.
She was like, that mean the world about to end. And I'm a little child, and I'm thinking, I'm like, just like, you know, talk to fear all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, due to my ignorance or whatever, you know. But I can appreciate rappers like Busta Rhymes, like you said, Goody Mob, trying to inform people and educate people about what was going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Prodigy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Prodigy read the book as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he studied under Malachi Z. York. So
big up to Prodigy and Busta Rhymes for sure.
Rest in peace, Prodigy.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him. Not everybody that has sickle cell get to make it. When I heard the news that he had passed away like that,
It's 1:30.
They murdered him.
Yeah, I knew.
You don't fucking die over no god. You don't choke on no damn egg.
Yeah, like
he didn't even eat eggs.
Yeah,
thank you.
Sit right with huh? That don't even sound like.
He don't even eat eggs.
Yeah.
It's like eat this egg, Nick. You gonna eat this egg?
Thank you, thank you, Supreme.
Right.
That's a fucking publicly known fact. I knew what it was when I heard it. Like, bro said this shit himself, man.
And there's so many artists nowadays, all they do is say suicide. This person died from suicide. This person died from this.
Oh shit. You talking about my dog, John Todd. Doing the witchcraft and the music.
Yes, this brother, if you wanna jump off into the occult, start off with John Todd, goddamn it.
Shit, you know I know John Todd. How he breaks down the wax and how it's similar to a candle. We know about candle magic. Now imagine when they burn the wax with the words or the sigils, the spells that they have in the music.
Yep.
Not to mention the backward masking.
Now we getting jiggy with it.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Black
said at one
and shit.
Right. It was said at one point in time, if you want to hex somebody, you would recite certain psalms backwards. That's the language the language of a witch.
Witches ain't nothing but sciences, you know.
Well, I mean, in the aspect of, malevolent witches, sorcerers.
So yeah, those types. Yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian and how she has Kanye malevolently tied up to her.
Yeah, her and her mama.
Yeah, they
a real
see, it's a old trick where they can put you in a bottle. Right? And a part of you is always missing until you recover that bottle.
Yo, you know what that sounds like? Y'all remember that movie, the Disney movies from the 90s about these two rat mice or whatever called the rescuers?
Yeah.
As soon as you said that about being in the bottle, I don't know why I thought about it.
Why do you think Ursula, when she took what's her name, breath, her voice? They tell you right then and there she put her breath in a bottle, right? Okay. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know my traditions.
I know, man.
I'm from the area. No, this is not for you, sister. This is for the listeners. Yeah. I'm not just talking out my ass, people. I've seen the shit. I participated in the shit. I grew up in the shit.
You can pull it up. We can show them. Bro ain't playing. Pull up the Disney picture of Little Mermaid.
Okay.
May have changed it up a little bit, but it still may be there.
Okay, well, when you do the science on Pocahontas.
Now go ahead and do the Little Mermaid right quick, but I'm just saying
Okay.
they have
Oh
changed
yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
because a lot of people have caught on to it. The
Yep.
other one where
But they got a
right there,
phallus on it.
the second, the third picture, the fourth picture, right
Right here.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took the whole throat chakra out the mermaid.
Damn.
Got to go a little bit closer. Can
Yeah.
you go zoom in?
They got the golden phallus.
Mm-hmm.
You
Is that
got your
good?
Baphomet symbol right there with Ariel and the guy. That's your Baphometic symbol. Then you got your seagull and all them around her. Then you got in the heavenly realm, you got Ursula, and then you got Poseidon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they may have. Do you see the phallus on there?
Yeah,
Not
they took it off.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I think they changed it. Because a lot of people caught on to that, and they end up changing the
Let me see.
Ursula, if you go back and you look, Ursula ain't nothing but a pre Hades, but underwater. If you look at Ursula, the shade of Ursula, the purple.
Yeah.
Now go look up Hades and what was that movie? Was it Hercules?
Oh yeah.
They look like brother and sister.
Mm.
Hades and Hercules and Ursula. It's not by coincidence either.
Man, I be forgetting that I got Disney Plus. I need to take advantage of what the fuck I'm paying them for. I be forgetting these movies. Yeah, they do. Let's see one more time.
always have the same color.
Look at their hair.
Yep.
Kids with the hair.
That wild ass. What her eyes look like? Are they still? I can't really tell.
They look like damn kin. But remember, one is fire and the other is water.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Got the blue streak hairdo. I see you. Got the wop babaloo baba wop bamboo hairstyle. All right.
But it's some video on YouTube where it may be on YouTube, but they were showing a lot of the the stuff that they have, the hidden scenes, and hidden messages they have in a lot of these Disney cartoons.
Yeah, if you look at Ursula too, Ursula's supposed to be a woman of color or a so-called melanated person.
Let me see if I can find it, dude. I know I've seen one of his videos before.
Put Disney exposed. But go ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead. What you about to say, Supreme?
The Spanish guy. Talking about the Spanish guy that was breaking down the Disney shit.
He may have. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
No, this was another one that I had seen before.
Oh, the Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
The Griffin is the sign of the one of the Boulet's actual what do you call it? You know, the company has a logo.
Oh.
Yeah, that's their mascot.
I don't know why I be thinking Liberty Mutual. That ain't it.
Food Lion.
Shit. I done lost it. Damn. How am I saying? But it was this dude. This is his name. Andreas Exterior. He broke it down very well one day about the chipmunks.
Put that in the what's the name when you get a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, chat.
Gotcha. Chippendales and everything.
No, not this one. The other chat.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Whenever you get a moment, go ahead, do what you're doing.
All right.
Whenever you get a moment.
Okay. I got you. He broke down, it was a video, he broke down how not Darkwing Duck, the one, what's the duck with the nephews, Huey, Louie, and Dewey, and he's the
Well,
rich.
you talking about Scrooge McDuck?
DuckTales.
Scrooge McDuck.
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Yeah, Scrooge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Scrooge McDuck.
Basically, a nod to the Illuminati. One of the family bloodlines, but he's supposed to be all of them put together.
Yeah.
Not the newer ones. Not the newer ones.
What the hell?
The ones in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm saying he's supposed to be an amalgamation of all the rich families.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 3 nephews.
Yeah.
And a niece.
Yeah.
But I particularly liked Frontierland in Anytown, USA. Felt like anybody who spent a little too much time at Disneyland or ever been stuck on the It's a Small World after ride for an hour or something like that, eventually you'll start seeing Disney in a whole different way. And admittedly, my perspective is a bit stranger than some. But when you really start to take apart the things that make up Disney and the people that were animating and working together to make these vast projects over the last century, you start to see very quickly how much Disney is anything but a children's company. If anything, Disney is a magic company. And aside from selling illusions of moving pictures, Disney fabricates all sorts of magic experiences for the people to try and encouraging them to believe. And while often illustrating the bright and shiny, never failing to illustrate the dark. So on to Donald Duck, who's born on Friday the 13th, is a sailor in the U.S. Navy and has a speech impediment, which leaves him struggling with an anger disorder after being afraid and angry that he cannot be understood by anyone. And we talked a bit about how Walt Disney was working for the CIA, was a patriot before that, and a member of the Rosicrucian Esoteric Society, very interested in magic and Egyptian mythology. And we're going to get all into that and the meta of Disney. But first, I guess I should mention that in case you were planning on watching any of DuckTales or Disney shows, yes, spoilers. There will be spoilers.
God
I
damn it,
will
we
show
ain't new
you
to this.
things in
Come on.
DuckTales you have never seen and might not without assistance. So yeah, if you wanted to see DuckTales before you saw this, that's fine. But even if you have, I promise you,
Illuminati on their sign.
but it's okay because afterwards it'll just stick out very clearly. And I doubt I'll spoil too much of the superficial stuff that most people care about. So DuckTales. An offshoot about the city of Duckburg and an offshoot of Donald Duck, a character who is very meta because nobody understands him literally. This is a very Jungian archetype. And Donald Duck is no slouch. He's a very serious sailor and he faces all sorts of beasts like the Kraken and giant titans and defends the earth against demons of all sorts. He does this out of love for his nephews, which the thought of anything happening to them just makes him furious. So he has a certain kind of duck rage. In fact, in the most recent series, Donald Duck is given a translation device called the Barks Translator, named after the DuckTales author Carl Barks. And he begins to speak very clearly. In fact, his voice is replaced by Don Cheadle from Hotel Rwanda and the spoof remake live action of Captain Planet, as well as Boogie Nights. And at one point, Agent 22 says to be careful about heading into the storm, to which Don Cheadle as Donald Duck replies that he, Donald Duck, is the storm, which obviously is a pretty gnarly thing to say, actually, because of the ancient line, I am the storm's correlation with stormtroopers. But it really makes sense when you start to realize what these characters represent in their ancient Egyptian, Thothian magic and Setine mythologies. And in fact, more and more, they're merging together. But it takes a certain kind of foresight to notice the subtext. In Agent 22, otherwise known as Mrs. Beakley, a British secret agent who's retired from the MI6 and now works directly for Scrooge McDuck as a nanny and his personal secretary. Mrs. Beakley, or Agent 22, was apparently a very important secret agent on a number of daring missions back.
You see the Fed,
Yeah,
y'all?
the feds on, right? Yep.
See? Yo. Yo, this is
Back in the 1970s, or sometime ever. And there's a number of comic book references in the new DuckTales, such
Look
as
what the complexion is.
Donald's cousin, who
right.
And it's a dog, you know.
who is very lucky and wins at everything, in so much as Donald Duck is often unlucky and klutzy. Gladstone is graceful and a winner. So DuckTales is very clear in its theme song about its intention, and that is to reinforce the Disney agenda and rewrite history. They say it as might solve a mystery or rewrite history. And as Disney is very well known for reinterpreting stories and changing them and altering history, DuckTales suggests that they will not only solve a mystery, but rewrite history, forever changing the world. And Disney does this by changing the intention of a story, by adapting the pathos of the characters. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, or Quick, Quack, and Quack in Dutch, are the orphaned, fatherless nephews of Donald Duck and great-nephews of Scrooge McDuck. They've never met their mother, who's been missing since before they were born, and they have no idea who their father is. In DuckTales, they're taken care of by Scrooge McDuck, but originally they were shuffled around by the different uncles of the family. For a while, Donald Duck took care of them himself. As much as you might think living in a mansion with Scrooge McDuck would be better, the cheap old man is actually not. In fact, as we've illustrated in earlier episodes, it was Walt Disney's intention to.
Well, we ain't gonna hold y'all up
15th
all
century
night on it,
philosophy.
but yo, this is something, y'all. Just check it out when y'all get time. Almost one. Let's see.
It's 146 here.
Yeah,
Close.
ain't gonna make it too long tonight. Yeah, you got anything? Last thoughts, Supreme, Faye, Dave, anybody? Before we head out.
Just a quick question for you, Cheetah. How do you want us? How do you prefer, or how do you want people to pronounce your name? Or how's your name? How do people supposed to say your name?
You cheetah.
This is your Cheetah?
Yeah, like cheetah. You know
Gotcha.
the animal.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you cheetah.
Okay.
Cheetah L. Cheetah L.
You know what it means?
Hold on, let me get my dictionary.
Nah, you never did tell me. You just
I'm not sure. I don't know.
You never told me.
Yes, I did, Willie.
Did you tell me? You told me it was in a dream, but
I told you I got it from a dream, but I told you what it meant as well.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the last time we were talking about it, I think you may have mentioned. I just don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
I can't remember it, I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember it. I'll remember where it came from.
I'll throw a word that is associated with mostly soul.
Okay, got it. Soul. Okay. I can see it. Soul.
Sister Faye.
Yeah, I'm thinking. But I got it though. I think I got it. Anybody else? Before we close then?
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, did you have, like anything that you wanted to say real quick or discuss real quick?
Oh no, not at this time. I think y'all done covered everything plus the kitchen sink.
Yeah, nah.
As always, huh? Yes, yes.
But thank you for asking.
Cool.
Well,
I'll take the liberty, David. One thing I want to touch on real briefly is understanding the left hand versus right hand path. Not everything that you read and come across is going to come out clearly. You got to use your own discernment. You have to study and study and then study some more, like the prophets say.
Mm-hmm.
When you're learning our information, our people have a sense of pride, right? We was kings, we did all this, we did all that, but we're not doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get into the information, our people run amok, but yet we know that with this information, there's a lot of booby traps. There's a lot of dogma and religion that's associated with this stuff. They almost bank on us having a religious mind state when we start dealing with, you know, non-religious kind of things. You know what I mean? So with that being said, when you're reading and studying, keep an open mind. Understand that there things are not as clear. They're black and white, so to speak. And in between that, you have various shades of gray. What I mean by that is this: when you studying the things that you're gonna come across, and the things the same thing you might come across 5 years from now, is gonna contradict itself. That's just part of you growing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a man or a woman sees the same thing the same way after 10 years, there's no growth. You know, when you are 22, 18 or whatever, the script club or, things of that nature excited you because you didn't partake in those things. But when you're, in your 40s or whatever, you look back and you're like, I wasted time in that. Like, what was I doing? So there's always growth, retrospection, looking back, and also, what I'm saying, that brings about wisdom. So people, when you're studying, when you live life, enjoy life, and also remember, to keep a level head, experience life, go through it, get your bumps and bruises, and once you get to where you reach your final destination in your journey, have no regrets. Have no regrets. Move with an open and loving heart. And when it's your time to go, I know I know I sound cryptic, but I got to give it to y'all. Once it's your time to go, leave this world out your ass. Basically, when you leave this physical plane, remember that you're a spiritual being. That's the key. Experience this physical stuff, get it out your system, and once you salute and you leave this physical behind, you know, don't take it with you.
Discard
Leave,
that flesh.
yeah, leave the flesh behind. Because you get curious again, then you're gonna want to come back and do this bullshit ass shit all over again.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
All this, since you just said that, do you think when a person is reincarnated or whatever, if they come back, do they go through the same? Like let's say they go through like Supreme was
Okay.
saying. Do we go?
It goes like this, bro. You have karma and you have dharma.
Mm-hmm.
According to the ancient traditions.
Mm-hmm.
Dharma is the total existence, the things that you've done in totality in your life. Mm-hmm. Karma is basically the basic energy you put out, you're gonna receive.
Mm-hmm.
Dharma goes through lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
So reincarnation is a thing and is not a thing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is this: you don't reincarnate and become David again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know who David is. Once David is gone, David is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That energy is not created nor destroyed. It's always been here.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the first chapter of the Circle 7, it breaks that mystery down. There never was a time when man was not.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat that 50 billion times and you'll get it.
Yep.
Okay? So if you know that, then you know the mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
This is the mysteries. This is what the Essenes, all those hidden groups of people that were hunted down by the church, even by the Orthodox Muslims. The Sufis weren't liked, but the Sufis carried on the deeper traditions. You understand? Just like what the Prophet did. Now was the time to pull the sheet off of these secret societies and tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So what I leave y'all with, what I left y'all is this. At the end of the day, enjoy your physical. Get it out your system. You want to be a millionaire, be that. But remember, that's just an experience. That doesn't make you or break you. What makes you or break you is whether or not you know that you're a spiritual being.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know that, and you don't know your final destination, then you're lost. Mm-hmm. This is what the Europeans is hiding. They want us to think that we're all savages with empty souls.
Mm-hmm.
And that we're stuck on this plane of existence to serve them. Manifest destiny. Copy?
Copy.
I know that hit you, Supreme. Manifest destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be here subservient to them, not raising and not rising, to our full potential. They're keeping us stagnated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, essentially, we keeping ourselves stagnated. They're not even really an enemy when you see through the mysteries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The inner me is within you, your ego. That's why they say the inner me. INNER space ME, inner me, not enemy, inner me, your ego, your lower self, right? When the prophet mentioned truth and strangehood, truth and falsehood strangely mixed, this is what he's talking about. He's talking about the higher self and the lower self, right? Mm-hmm. Flesh and spirit. This is the mysteries I'm giving you, plain and simple. In every book of iniquity, all these ancient books talks about higher man, lower man, savage man, refined man, God man, God, devil. All of that is within us. You know what I mean? So for your lower self, indulge. Get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? Morality was given to those who didn't understand the system. So they control you with morality. They tell you what's good and bad. You understand? But you as an individual, when you receive instructions through tradition and everything, you know what's good and bad for you. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. But what I'm saying is this. If you're allergic to spaghetti, you come into this world and you don't, that spaghetti sauce can kill you, then you're allergic to tomatoes, rather, you're not gonna eat spaghetti. You're not gonna eat pizza. You're not gonna eat certain dishes with tomatoes in it because it's detrimental to you, right? So you stay clear of that. This is the thing. Once you understand your traditions, you know what to stay clear from. That's all it is. We got to stay clear of these foreign gods. We got to stay clear of these wooden statues, these concoctions that they made up, right? You go to Rome, you see all these statues and stuff. People bow down and worship, and they say the statues cry and all that bullshit. Come on. That's external. That's outside of you. Everything that you need is within inside of you. That's why when you go into those pyramids, back in iniquity, on the top of the wall it said what? Know thyself. David, you said it a few shows ago. What the prophet say? When you want to know thyself, right?
Mm-hmm. Study
When
thyself.
Study thyself. When you finish studying, what else to study?
Study yourself again.
And then how many times? Said it 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he's telling you to study yourself, it's something within you that you're supposed to manifest. It's something within you that you're supposed to extrapolate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it to you plain, clear, and simple, listeners. I know my board panel knows what it is. I'm not talking to them specifically. I'm talking to you, listener. So when you go in your meditation and you make communion with your higher self, that is what you're supposed to cultivate the relationship with.
It's 2:00.
And that's 2:00. Okay. And with that being said, since it's 2:00 and I just broke down duplicity, which is the 2.
Mm-hmm.
See how science works? The duplicity in 2, you have your higher self, lower self. Get with the higher self. Kill the ego and rise. And for those that need reference, study Gnosticism. GNOSTISM. If I spelled it correctly?
Yeah, you did, brother. You did.
Yeah. Okay. It's late, so shit. I'm not the very best speller, but whatever. Gnosticism, that's what separates the children from the grown folks.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's been hidden from us. Christianity, you know what I'm saying? You had the Essenes. Islam, you had Sufism. Judaism, you had what? The Kabbalah. Right? And not the Kabbalah that what's the name them study. Madonna and them, that's the bullshit.
Like the Talmud, is it?
Nah, that's that Zionist shit.
Okay.
You don't want to deal with no Talmud. But all of these traditions have their underground, deeper interpretation of them. That's why when you go and you look and you study history, you'll always notice that there's like an underground movement or a counter movement to the mainstream established religion that was trying to subjugate the people. And then those that were underground had to go in hiding and keep the tradition secret. Secret meaning sacred, untouched, unblemished. Right? In the book, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. In the book by G.M. James called Stolen Legacy, it said the Moors were the custodians of ancient Egyptian knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I yield.
And
go ahead, take off.
And also what you said, like I said, about knowing thyself.
Mm-hmm.
In the Quran, Circle 7, in the beginning, where it says, know thyself, not Father God Allah. You go down and it said, how you just saying about secret lessons and, things being secret, what I'm saying, says the reason, keys being loose at certain times, and just like with this, Circle 7 or whatever, say the reason these lessons have not been known is because the Muslims of India, Egypt, and Palestine had these secrets and kept them back from the outside world. And when the time appointed by Allah, they loosened the keys and freed these secrets. And for the first time in ages have these secrets been delivered in the hands of the Muslims of America. So like you've been saying, sometimes the masses aren't ready for certain information, certain keys, certain secrets, certain gems, and certain people have to keep it hidden, like I said, occult or whatever, or keep it
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, keep it within them. You know, keep it within themselves. Some of it be spread by word of mouth or whatever, or like the Masons. You know, in a sense, you know, certain secrets, certain keys that are revealed as you go up. You know, certain levels or whatever.
Definitely, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, now's the time. We're living in the age of information.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Got it.
With that being said, brother, ain't no more time, ain't no more playing GA.
Yeah. Got the keys right in front of us. You know, like I said, we got one of the most powerful tools in front of us. You know, cellular phones, computers, or whatever way you can get a lot of information. You can get a lot of disinformation as well, too. You know, and that's where, like you were just saying, you have to be able to discern truth from falsehood. You know, and understand that it's certain information out there that's gonna try to keep you off the path of truly knowing yourself and your higher self. You know.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm about, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm about. If it ain't about differentiating spiritual things from fleshly things, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Indeed.
That's the ultimate key right there, bro.
Indeed. And to harp on what Brother Yachida was saying earlier, about going through life. When life is over, let go. Don't try to hold on to being down here, because what I've learned, as young as I am, but as older as I'm getting, I'm learning that life is like us. We walking through time that's going by very fast, but we walking very slow through it. So we get to see everything for what it is. The veils to us in our eyes are being lifted or dropped to the floor, or however you interpret it. But it's just to say that, you know, Earth is a classroom, people. You're not here to change the world and make it better. You're here to make yourself better and change, because when death comes, there is another dimension that we have to go to. But like a test, when you're in school, if you don't pass your test, what happens? You get held back, right? So
drop the horn.
So yeah, just pay attention to yourself out here, people, my Moors.
Still understanding that the lords of the earth, you know, the lords of the earth and the law, you know, givers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, we still have a duty while we are on this earth planet. You know,
Right.
as fields or bays or the, you know, Ali's
Mm-hmm.
of, you know, this nation to you know, protect the earth. You know, we here for a reason, you know.
Right. And that's what the covenant. You will often hear our listeners. You often hear us. You often hear me often say, you know, we are as Moors, we are the protectors of the covenant, and you know that's very true, because we do have that responsibility. That responsibility always has been ours, and I think, you know, the subject of tonight has really been us harping on, you know, the fact that we got to get ourselves back in order, because transition time is going to be coming up soon. So just to get right, you know.
Right.
For those
One of the things Sister Faith said that just is beautiful. We being distracted by dumbass shit.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know her her build had more so to do with the feminine energy, but it's both of us, masculine and feminine. You know, we got to get out of chasing, other gods, other ideas that has nothing to do with us. Ideas being ideologies. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, these counter movements and things that doesn't produce order. It doesn't bring us back into natural order.
Right.
So with that being said, we got to get back to the ways of our forefathers. Our forefathers understood one thing: once you ride with nature, you can't lose. With that being said, I yield.
Indeed. Indeed. Before we close out, I just wanted to let everybody know what this picture is about. My brother Ye was talking about study the high priest of Anu, and for those of y'all still wondering who those people are, what their representation is, who, if you've seen them before in movies, yes, you have, because here we are. We're not properly represented in our proper, pigmentation, of course, but in the movie The Mummy, it drops a lot of jewels, and I've always loved that movie as a kid when it came out. I would spend the whole summer in the theater, in the dollar theater as well, to see this movie. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized who Ardeth Bay really was and how important he was to that film. So I just, want to give that some light, and to tell everybody who's wondering where they should start and what they should pay attention to. Sometimes it's best just watch movies. You never know how much you'll learn.
Definitely,
So yeah.
definitely. That would be your magi,
Yes, the
or in
major.
the Bible you call your wise men.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
And
could you pull up that house resolution picture I had sent you?
yeah, sure thing.
I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
You good. All good. Don't you start, Park. Ooh, there it is. There it is. So we were looking at it the entire time. We
Yeah,
just didn't see it.
you couldn't see it.
I was looking at the thing Poseidon, the staff Poseidon was holding. His. I was looking for it over there. I don't know why I had to look at the castle.
Oh, there's many, way
Not that
many
picture.
more.
The house resolution picture.
Yeah.
Now he
Yeah.
wants you to put up the house resolution picture, sis.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, yeah.
Is this it? Yeah.
You can start with that one. All right, blow it up as big as you can get. All right.
There
Now
we
this
go.
is a house resolution. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to leave this for people's thoughts. This is from Philadelphia, and it's from the Library of Congress. If you read it, it's a rights to know letter. It's basically describing what it is, where it came from. The House Resolution 75 in 1933 was passed. It was introduced, say April 17th, 1933, passed May 4th, 1933. But go, if you can, go to the next couple of pictures.
Okay.
You can scroll through the book pictures. Then we'll go to the actual resolution. So this is the resolution from the Library of Congress. Uh, I'm not going to read all of that.
Is it the next one? Let me see.
It's the last one.
Okay.
I'm just showing this to y'all, man. So it'll
Okay.
be no. Hold on, yeah.
I think this is it. Is this it?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can get this from the Library of Congress, but you can also download it. And that's what I did.
Okay.
And this is the Legislative Journal from 1933, House page 5759, And it says, Mr. Watkins, Mr. Speaker, I desire at this time to call up resolution number 75. Printer's number is 1034. The resolution was read by clerk as follows. In the House of Representatives, April 17, 1933, many sons and daughters of this proud and handsome race, which inspired and which inspired the agriculture of Northern Africa
No,
and
the
carried.
architecture.
Okay,
Architecture of it.
okay, thank you, Asha.
Yeah.
Architecture of North America, of this North American, okay,
Uh-huh.
of Northern Africa, I'm sorry, and carried into Spain the influence of its artistic and temperaments have become citizens of this nation. In the city of Philadelphia, there existed Moorish American society made up of Moors who have found here the end of their quest for a home and of the children of those who journeyed here from the plains of Morocco. This society has done much to bring about a thorough absorption by these people of those principles which are necessary to make them good American citizens. The Moorish Americans have since being here missed the use of the titles and the names annexations that were so familiar at home, which are used in accordance with the doctrines of the religious faith to which they are adherents. Therefore, be it resolved that this House commands the Moorish American Society of Philadelphia for the efficient service it has rendered the shit.
Rendered the nation.
Okay, hold on. My phone fucked up. So please, people.
It has
Okay, I see.
okay.
Okay, render the nation, bringing a speedy and thorough Americanization of these uh, former Moors that are in accordance with the fullest right of religious independence guaranteed every citizen. We recognize also the right of these people to use the name affixes El, Ali, or Bay, or any other prefix or suffix which they have here, okay, heretofore been accustomed to use, or which they may hereafter acquire the right to use. On the question, will the House adopt the resolution? It was adopted May 4th, 1933. So this being said, this letter, this is your out, as I was speaking of earlier. They told you this. This shit is on record. So
Yes.
it's no debate about who you are. So you
Right.
cannot be a black person, a Negro, a color, any other title that they designate to. Because when you agree by acquiescence, you are their property and they can do to you uh, what they please. So you got to understand what privileges and rights and shit are, and take this resolution 75 and study this resolution. That'll help you out with your journey. You know what I'm saying? Or as if you're trying to nationalize. But
Yeah.
I wanted to share that with everybody, the viewers, so they can be up on point of what's, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Because a lot of this information is hidden. If you don't request it, you can't find this shit. Even when
Right.
you go to the website, you have to contact them, reach out. They'll send you this shit certified. But it also says that you can download this shit. And it's
it authentic. It authenticated itself. So use this document for some legal shit if need be. So with that, I yield the floor to y'all. I appreciate y'all having.
As always, thank you for that, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Man, this goes like our brother said. This goes out to all you undeclared Moors, our undeclared brothers and sisters. Whether you know it or not, who you are doesn't matter. We here with open arms to help you and give you direction of where you need to go. In case you ever decide you do want to get to know who you truly are, you know. So we thank Brother Supreme for this. This answers the question of whether, oh, what's going to happen if I declare who I am, if I reclaim my title? What's the government going to do to me? They can't do a damn thing to you.
They already know who you are.
Exactly.
It's on record.
On record.
It's
What
just a
they
fire.
what they are going to do to you is what they've already done to you. Not a damn thing.
Yep.
Because when you send your paperwork in, we hear a lot of people always talk about, oh, I sent my paperwork in, but I ain't heard nothing from them. You're not gonna hear anything from them, because you hearing anything from them giving you back responses through mail or any correspondence, they can't do that, because then that would open up a can of worms for centuries of them knowingly doing criminal acts against you. They can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to claim who you are, because they, believe me, they know who you are already.
Yep.
What they fear is you finding out who you are.
Yep.
So
Don't be
what you got to
afraid to be
lose,
you.
right? So what is it that you ask yourself, this people? What is it that you have to lose? Think real hard on that question. And while you do, think long and hard on it. And we'll see you next time. This is the Drop Squad. I am forever yours truly, your host, Wilhelmina Willa C. Williams Bay. I'm here with my co-host, Yachita L. Brother Supreme Bay, my sister Faye, our Grand Sheik, our OG, Sheik David, Sheik Dawood, Paige Bay, and we are the Drop Squad. We love y'all. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, peace and prosperity, and good night. We love y'all. Good night, everybody.
Everybody, peace, peace, peace.
Peace.